ShieldMore and Planet Raiders. We are in the building tonight, y'all. Salute.
Sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Yo, man, shout out to everybody already rocking in the building, man. We see all of you guys. Make sure you wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up, pay your bar tabs, break them thumbs, do all that good shit on all 4 channels, man. You already know what time it is. We got OakLosVegas Raiders Network. We got Wasted Talent, Raider Nation Unlimited. We got Hammer, which he has a million different names in one. Raider Nation Talk Daily. Yeah, all that good shit. How do you say it, little bro?
Raider Nation News Today.
I already knew how to say that.
Morning donut shop.
Bing bong. Shout out to Big Mike Raider as well. Follow him on YouTube, man. Our Planet Raiders brother and one of our senior writers over at the website, man. We all just got back from Las Vegas, Nevada. Out there, man, doing the draft. Shout out to Barcode Burgers. Once again, man, shout out to our sponsors. You already know, man, Woodson Whiskey, man. WoodsonWhiskey.com, man. Go get your bottles. Proud, you know, man, look, Happy Dad, all that good stuff. What happened there? What happened there?
You want to Happy Dad. I wasn't so happy when I was drinking it. I was angry as a motherfucker drinking that shit.
It was that grape, bro. It was that grape.
He said, yo, this shit got alcohol in it? Nah, man, but Barcode Burgers, man, and everybody else that made this trip a success. Once again, too, shout out to Charles Woodson, man, the GOAT, for just kicking with us all damn night, man. We had a ball. Finally get a chance to really break this down, really break down the later rounds. We already talked about the first, the second. But you know what, though? We're going to break that down as well because we knew we were partying and, you know, the audio was a little questionable on day one. We're going to talk about all this. We're going to give grades on our draft picks, on all 9 picks, and we're going to talk about the UDFAs as well, man. Before we do that, my brothers, Wasted Talent, what's good, bro?
Man, listen, brother, I am feeling terrific about the draft. Another note really quickly. When we were out there in Las Vegas, man, I really feel the energy, man, around this team. You know, I feel like something real positive is going to happen. And you know, we always talk about the equinox and stuff, but like in a real way, man, I feel like we're building something really, really special right here. This is the first time in my lifetime that I've watched the Raiders methodically build a team. Like if you look at some of the moves that have been made, they're not going out and just putting names on a piece of paper. They're getting people that have a specific skill set. And there's a lot of people who can say that, you know, the Raiders didn't do this and they didn't do that and they didn't draft defense. But if you have that take, that means that you're not watching football because they have, and Graphk said this earlier, they drafted the 3rd most defensive players out of any team in the National Football League. And then if you look at the UDFAs that they brought in, oh man, it got even better. And when I'm looking at the scouting reports, because I'm writing a couple articles, the scouting reports for some of these guys, man, now I understand. The common theme is scheme versatility. They're smart. They're good tacklers, high motors. These are all common themes of some of their draft picks. So I'm hyped.
Wasted. One thing that we haven't talked about either is we got a bunch of 4-year guys, mature guys that are coming to the league already with 4 years of football at the collegiate level. So these guys are already coming in prepared. Don't get me wrong. You know, the NFL is different. It's a whole nother beast. But to get a lot of players that, man, are coming in with a lot of, 4 years behind them, that's great, man. Guys that come in and be leaders can be leaders from day one. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hammer, man, how you feeling, little bro, about everything, man? Before we go into the grades and all that good stuff, man, talk about the weekend and let the nation know what's up on your end, man. Mute it again. See, you're doing all that weird shit over there, bro, and you done muted yourself.
Another amazing weekend with the family. Look, I put that picture up. Y'all know what it is. Like, these are my brothers, man. And it was great hanging out with Mike for the first time. Well, really the second time, technically.
Yeah.
But this was a really good weekend, and it's one of those, like, every time I have to go back, I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a great experience, especially covering the draft for the second consecutive year. Charles Woodson hanging out with us was dope. Like, did not expect him to be with us for hours on end. But we had a great time, man. And thank you guys, because you guys make it more fun and more entertaining every time we get together.
Oh, and we have to thank Hammer once again, even though we did 1,000,000 times in Las Vegas. Him and Cody were definitely two guys that actually made that presentation, the audio. Everything was phenomenal, and because of you guys, the look and all that, man. So salute to my guys. Big Mike, man, the rook of the team, but not the rook when it comes to knowledge. For those who don't know, Big Mike has played the game his whole life. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he knows this game. This is why when he breaks down tape, it's so phenomenal. Like I said before, one of our senior writers over at Planet Radio. How did you take the experience in Vegas, brother? And let's talk about that before we really start to breaking this, chopping down this fable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just first off, shout out to Barcode Burger for showing great hospitality.
Yes.
Everybody was very welcoming. All the people that I've seen in the chat, like LV, Maximus, a whole bunch of people that that have been in the chat, and then I've said what's up to over the months.
Yeah.
Finally seeing them in person was great. It was awesome. And you guys, man, like I felt like when we got together, it felt like we've known each other for years. It was crazy how that was. It was like we got together, the jokes were flowing, everything was going. It was just perfect, man. And I just had a great time. Shout out to Thor for his hospitality and his wife. Mac and cheese was slamming.
Barbecue was mac and cheese is crack, bro.
Man. That was some top 3 mac and cheese in my life.
Yes,
man, for real.
Yes.
For real.
Well, you know what that means? You know what that means, you guys, right? In Northern California, we got a lot of soul up there, my brothers. You know what I mean? Man. You know what I mean? So, hey, look, Wasted, you cannot take back what you just said. You know what I'm saying?
But that's probably because she got southern roots. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
But it is look, bro. Look, we're not set tripping today, bro. We're not set tripping today.
Nah.
I'm sorry, brother.
So let's do. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Man. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. Just a great time all across.
You know what? Really quickly, man. I also wanted to say this about the whole experience at Barcode, man. There's a lot of times, man, where you meet people, and see, I'm not the kind of guy when I meet players and I meet, celebrities where I fan out like that. That's just not who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a man, they're a man. A lot of times I get in their space, I leave them alone. It's crazy, man, when you meet a guy like Woodson, man, and he exceeds your expectations. Because we've met him before. This is the first time I really got a chance to really in-depth kick it with him. And we, we had a great conversation with him before the interview that Graphk and Raider Cody had. Shout out to Butters. You know what I'm saying? But, but nah, man, listen, bro, he exceeded my expectations, man. What a terrific, down-to-earth, excellent human being, bro. Yeah, shout out to that, bro.
Let's get these supers in real quick before we get to breaking this down. Shout out to Max. This draft was the beginning of us planting our flag on top of the AFC mountain. Max, I think we can all agree, brother, you have hit that shit on the head right there. Definitely facts, brother. Appreciate you. All the donation. Shout out to our little bro, Raiders Primos as well. Who is your sleeper pick from the Raiders? Also, out of 32 teams who got to steal the draft, who's gotten better after the draft? One of y'all want to take this? Because I know my guy, Nesta Jade, out of Arizona State, defensive tackle. I think that was a great 7th round pick. And from what I heard, our GM had him ranked a lot higher than that. I think around 5th round grade, somewhere around there, 4th round grade. So to get him in the 7th, that was definitely still, and I think Drake Thomas is kind of an easy call as well. Big Mike, what you got, man?
Before I start, simple plug, right? PlanetRaiders.com. I covered the 10 UDFAs that we picked up as well, and that's kind of what I'm getting into. So my biggest sleeper is not somebody that we picked up in the draft per se. It's somebody that we picked up in the UDFAs.
Okay.
And it's McClendon Curtis, offensive guard. He played a little bit of tackle. He has a chance to make this squad possibly be a fit in the offensive guard position and also be that swing tackle, maybe compete with Brandon Parker to be kind of that swing guy that can play both guard and tackle.
Yeah.
It's a possibility that he makes a, starting spot or a good rotation piece. On top of that, he was like a 4th, 5th round projection guy. So it was kind of weird to see him still there on the, after everything was all said and done. So if I had to pick a sleeper, the biggest sleeper right now is McClendon Curtis.
Yeah, I agree. Curtis is going to be a dog. He can potentially be our starting right guard going into the season. He's definitely going to battle it out with Muti. I'll tell you that. Real quick, you mentioned in the draft completely, Primos, before we go to our brother Hammer. I got to say this, and I hate this team, and all 4 of us can agree. Denver got better, man. They got Drew Sanders. I think he's going to be a steal for them at the linebacker position. I hate it. I hate it. But I have to be honest. I think that was one of the steals of this draft. We got our little brother in the background as well. Andy's in the building. Salute. ShieldMore. Definitely a steal. Hammer, what you got for us, brother? You want to answer what Primo's got going on?
Not really a sleeper, but a holy shit, we really did this. And that was trading up in the 2nd round and getting Michael Mayer. Like
that.
Man, we all were like, wait, what? Like,
yeah,
we got who?
Yeah.
Look, dude was actually supposed to go ahead of these other tight ends in the 1st round. Yeah. We've heard the comparisons already. Comparison being Baby Gronk, Mark Andrews. Again, stated this the other day in Me Away So We're On. Seen Garoppolo's numbers when he had George Kittle as a tight end. This kid is going to thrive in this offense. This kid's going to thrive in the red zone moving forward.
There you go. Wasted. What you got for us before we go? Holla at Andy. I know he got a lot to say.
You know about sleepers. When you talk about sleepers for the entire draft, man, for us, I think it's Smith. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This guy's going to come right in.
Yes.
I mean, he's going to come right in, and he's going to pay dividends right off the bat. One of his player comparisons are actually Deron Harmon, but he's younger, more physical, a little faster. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that he comes in with that high football IQ as well. He's a downfield hitter. I wanted a younger safety, and I'm so glad. So our safety room now is a strength now. You know what I mean? Even with what happened?
Yo, real quick, let me read this real fast. Wait till you got to hear this shit. You guys are the homies I chill with to get my Raider talk out with. Moving to Idaho didn't help my Cali football, so y'all are my savior. Shout out to our brother, John Corrigan. Now, wait to read this shit.
This nigga who's supposed to be my relative, who I never met, better ball, or else we running that fade. D Birdie. Shout out to D Birdie, yo. You are retarded, yo.
And Wasted is actually writing an article on him right now, D Birdie. So hopefully you get to know your cousin a little bit through Wasted Talent on PlanetRaiders.com.
Yeah, hopefully. Yo, all right. So look, let me close this one up. The steal of the draft, Trenton Simpson to the Ravens.
Ooh.
That right there, man, was big. Because now Trenton Simpson gets to go into a situation where the Ravens are going to use him exactly how he's supposed to be used. They're gonna play to his strengths. He's playing next to Roquan Smith and all the talent that they got on that defense. Yeah. Trenton Simpson is going to be a star with the Baltimore Ravens.
That's the big. What Wasted said, that's the biggest factor, bro. Like a linebacker, a big name linebacker in the draft that doesn't have to exceed any kind of expectations because he fell in the draft and has a superstar lined up next to him, just allows him to play free as can be, dog. Like he could be whoever he wants. Like, bro, that's the difference, right? If he would have got drafted to the Raiders, the expectation would have been sky high. He would have needed to become that guy, right? Out there, he doesn't have to be. They're just viewing him as a third-round pick. Yeah. And then when this guy comes up and turns out to be this guy that we all thought he was coming into the draft, everybody's going to be like, holy shit, dog. Like, whoa, you feel me? So I agree to a certain extent with Wasted on that one for sure.
But who do you got, Andy, if you had to go another direction? Who do you have as the steal of the draft, is an entirety in the draft and then a steal for us?
I mean, maybe it's like corny, but it's like, dude, Jalen Carter was at 9, dog. Like, that's the best player in the draft, dog. Like, sorry. Like, it sucks that we had that option, but He was the steal, bro. Like, I'm talking about these people moved up one spot, grabbed him. This is a guy that's supposed to be the first or the second pick. They said, I'm going to chill at almost number 10, pick him up, then picked his other teammate at 30,
Nolan Smith, Kelly Ringo.
In terms of Steelers draft, like league wide, you got to give it to them, right? Because that's not just somebody that's like a late round gem or a diamond in the rough. It's like he is an impact player day one. Like this is a guy that they're bringing in, and it's like, yeah, we just lost Javon Hargrave because he went and got cashed out $20+ million. Where for the next 5 years, we're gonna have him and his big homie Jordan Davis here right there next to him. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
Hey, and Andy, and they're both still learning from Fletcher Cox as he's still on the defensive line as well.
It is wild, bro. Like steel wise. Think about it. What other team was going to pick him, and what other team was going to allow him to be that player that he could be?
But that's the thing. That's the thing right now. That's the thing right now. We talked about this when it came to this situation.
He got everybody around him. He got all the comfort around him. He got 7 players that he knows?
Hey, Hammer, tell Andy to shut up.
Andy, shut the fuck up. Yo, we talked about this with this situation in regards to Jalen Carter, and we've heard that there are other red flags out there, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, did the Eagles really get a steal? No, they're now the fucking Philadelphia Bulldogs. This kid is going to be fine because he has his former college teammates around him.
Yep.
Who's to say that he wasn't going to get fully exposed if he was drafted by another team right now?
Exposed in what way? Because talent-wise, that is a steal. You got the best player in the draft at number 9.
I think him being drafted by the Eagles, he's going to work out fine. But I think if he were to go to any other team, I think it would be a different story.
Yeah, when you talk about like a player like Jalen Carter who has character concerns, right? If the character concerns are getting in trouble in the streets, that's one thing. But if it's a motor situation, then you got to have a good support system around him and guys who know how to motivate him and guys who know how to kind of get the best out of Jalen Carter. Him being in a familiar situation with players around him who he loves and who he has a great relationship with is probably going to pay dividends for him.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
I think had he gone anywhere else, I think that's how you get exposed. Yep. It's not his God-given talent, man. We all know in the National Football League, there's very little that separates a lot of these guys, right? When you get a special guy like Jalen Carter, he can be a bust. We've seen it happen a million times, right? Yeah. But when you got family around you, you got guys who know what makes you tick. That is the reason why I think that the Eagles were the place he needed to go. The guy actually, it's like you can't stop what God has in store for you. It almost seems destined for him to play with his teammates, man.
For sure.
Hey, real quick, 3 notes real fast, too. I think Pittsburgh getting Joey Porter in the second round was a steal. I think New England getting Christian Gonzalez as late as they did in the first round is definitely going to be a steal, and Bill Belichick's going to turn him into a foundational piece, a dog. Like, he's going to be one of them ones. And then I have to say this, man. The steal of the draft period is just what the Houston Texans did by getting Will Anderson and C.J. Stroud back-to-back. Like, that was a bold move, bold strategy by, new head coach coming in from a winning program. They wanted to win now. And he said, you know what, I'm going to do is I'm going to draft 2 and 3. And that was just a phenomenal move from that new regime out there in Houston. And they still got, like great receivers. Like the Texans went all in, bro. Like they went all in, and I really like what they did in this draft. You know what I mean? Mechie matching up with Tank Dell now. That's going to be insane.
Explosive.
Yeah, the Texans did their thing. Shout out to Larry DM and shout out to Midnight Raider as well for the super. Got the best looking and the ugliest QB in the league. Shout out to Larry.
Just to piggyback real quick off of what Wasa and Graphk said, I mean, it is very important that he went to the Eagles. I mean, it sucks, right? I mean, the Eagles got better, but he's got guys that are going to hold him accountable. On top of that, Jordan Davis, going into a situation with Jordan Davis, right? This is now his second time in his career where he's going to have to somewhat sit behind Jordan Davis, right? So not only that, it's like he also has that maybe he could think he's the guy, right? But in Georgia, he was not the guy yet until Jordan Davis left. Now in the NFL, he's going to a situation where Jordan Davis is there. So it's that kind of accountability, right? I feel like everybody he's with is going to hold him accountable, right? He can't be like, man, I'm this, I'm that. Y'all can't tell me shit. Hell no, bro. They've been in the same program since the jump. But to add the 2 cents on what Graphk said about the Steelers, not only Joey Porter Jr., but getting Corey Trice in the 7th round, bro, those are 2 huge picks for the Steelers. Yes. But for the Raiders, I'm pretty sure one of y'all already said it, but for the Raiders, I think it was extremely, extremely rare that we got Adam Plant Jr. as an undrafted free agent, because the production that he had at UNLV is crazy itself. Yeah. But you would think that a guy that had that production that didn't go undrafted was 6'2", 245 pounds. Yeah. That's not the case. He's 6'6", 265 pounds. So the measurables are there. Like, he has NFL size, and he has the numbers to go with it, right? Yeah. So to me, I think we stocked up on edge rushers, or even maybe just D-line in general this year, right? Hoping that all these guys reach their maximum potential, right? And with the right coaching, they should hopefully reach there. But for me, Adam Plant Jr. is somebody that I really like for the Raiders, because not only does he have the production, but he also has the size. You know what I'm saying?
UNLV hasn't had a guy, little bro, that's been drafted, I think, now in 13 years. Yeah. Like the curse of UNLV, it's been forever since they've had a guy actually be drafted. So I know he's like, yeah. Hey, I think that he's going to be hungry. He's playing for the home team, man. You know, I think it's going to be that's definitely a steal. And hey, I was going to ask you too. It's funny you brought him up, because I was going to ask either one, you or Big Mike, to do some breakdown, some film breakdown, because like Andy said, the production is crazy. Like not even just crazy, fucking insane at what he did at UNLV. So one of y'all, man, break that film down at some point. And our 7th round DT out of Arizona State. I want to see what we can do with him.
I'm about to quarterback this situation with playing the Raiders right now. Big Mike, I need you to do the DTs, and Andy, I need you to do all our offensive tackles, all our offensive line guys. If you could.
There we go.
Because Andy's the offensive line aficionado.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Hey, Max, to answer your question, I would love Jakorian Bennett to come in and win a job. And this may be a bold take. This may be a hot take over here, you guys. I have a feeling, right, that Jakorian's going to be more of a rotational piece in year one. I think it's going to be Duke Shelley on one side. No one wants to hear this. I think Nate Hobbs is going to be on the other side, and Tyler Hall is going to be in the nickel.
That's not a hot take at all.
Well, look, to a lot of people, because
I would really be disappointed if that's what we went into the season with. Not going to lie.
You said you'd be highly disappointed. So what do you think would be the best?
Dude, you got to bring Rock back. You have to. There is no way you're telling me I'm going in there with Duke Shelley as my starting outside corner, bro. Like, I get it, bro. The PFF grades, beautiful, great. The pass breakups he got in a very limited role, beautiful. To me, that sounds like a player that had opportunities, and he was very opportunistic, right? He took what he got. But to me, that small sample size, we know what this league is, bro. It's an offensive-driven league. You tell me that this man had 16, 17 games to play on top of hopefully a playoff run, then you see what a player truly is, right? And in the small sample size, we really got a good sample size with Duke Shelley. He was a highly, highly graded player, and I love that. But to me, I would be extremely disappointed if we went into the season with that.
But why? Because first of all, we signed him to a 1-year deal. If he goes into camp and wins that job, why would you be highly disappointed?
If he won that job with us bringing Rock back, and he beat out Rock and he beat out Jakorian, good. That means he's doing something right. But at the same time, that job is not just won in camp. You got to win that job week in and week out, because you did draft Jakorian Bennett, and you do have Rock on the roster that was a starter for 3 out of his 4 years with the Colts. So it's like, for me, I think that you got to bring Rock back to give Duke that competition. I think that when we saw in the first 4 weeks, Nate Hobbs on the outside and Yasin on the outside, Yasin looked like a top guy out there. Top guys. He was getting targeted and getting past breakups. Injuries happen, right? They happen. So it's kind of tough. But at the same thing, right? The same happened for Duke Shelley on his squad, and Duke Shelley was opportunistic with his opportunity, right? So I would just rather somebody that is a proven starter in this league to go out there week one. If Duke Shelley wins that job in camp, great. But I would rather bring Graphk back and yes, keep Nate on the outside because unfortunately right now we don't have any other option.
Yeah.
But bring Graphk back, or you could go as far as saying Rock, Jakorian, and slide Nate back, and then you could do a whole lot of other stuff with Tyler Hall with the proper coaching. Yeah. But once you go into other dime packages and 3 down lineman sets where you put an extra DB out there, all that kind of wild shit when you play the Chiefs and the Chargers, right? Then you could really, because personally, right? And I don't mean to take too much of the air.
Shit, bro.
But you're on fire right now, bro.
Hey, you have not been active. We're taking all this in, brother.
Pause, but
hey, easy.
but it's like, realistically, right? Like Tyler Hall can become something greater, and I hope he does. But from what we know right now, is he is a fantastic role player, right? And I think you should keep it that way, right? For now, until he shows you even more. But once you get into those dime packages where you take out another lineman and you go out there with fucking 8 DBs or 7 DBs and 1 linebacker, you could have fucking Nate and Tyler on the inside, and they also had 2 perimeter corners with Rock and Jakorian on the outside. Like that would be very, very stout against a team like the Chiefs and a team like the Chargers, right? But I mean, I think that right now, I don't think that we should be penciling in Duke or Tyler Hall to start. I think we definitely got to sign Rock Ya-Sin back, and
I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Hey, just kind of amplify what you're talking about, right? We also got to consider Christopher Smith at the nickel position as well. He's a safety, but he can also play the nickel position.
Mm-hmm.
He's thrived at the nickel position. So you could have, if you bring Rock Ya-Sin back, put him on the outside. Nate Hobbs, if he's not injured, let's see what he can do on the outside as well on the other side. Jakorian Bennett in a rotational piece. And then you could throw a Christopher Smith at the nickel position while we have, Epps at the other safety position until, he kind of gets acclimated, get Christopher Smith the reps, get him ready for the safety position down the line. And now we're cooking. So I do like what Eddie's talking about.
I just think we have a overflow at that nickel spot. Like a massive overflow, because to me,
that's a great problem to have, though, little bro. That's a very good problem to have.
Sure.
Yeah.
The odd man out right now is Merrick. Odd man out is Merrick. I'm sorry, bro. He's had 2 years, a year, really, year and a half ish. He's the odd man now. He's got to prove himself, because what I've seen, Christopher Smith should start with Marcus Epps in the back end. Especially with
he only dropped because of his speed, right? That was
dropped because he ran a slow ass 40, but just turn on that film, bro. Like
that's there.
He plays a lot faster than his 40 says.
Yeah,
the game speed is different.
The thing is when you talk about this, the one guy that I think that I'm hoping starts is Jakorian Bennett. Because Jakorian Bennett has something that a lot of these other guys don't have, and that's elite speed. And he is an elite vertical, 42-inch vertical. He's 5'11", 200-pound guy. He's the prototypical corner in today's league. Now, corners are starting to get a little taller, but him being at that 6 foot mark with that speed is a guy that you would want to develop into a corner that you're going to have to go out there and take those X receivers and follow them around the field. I mean, he does an excellent job like tracking the ball, and he gets his head around really well. The only thing about
receiver.
The only thing about Jakorian Bennett that worries me that I see is he has issues with his feet, man. That's the only issue. But I think if you can clean that up, I think you'll have an elite rookie playing out there, man.
I think Graham's going to work wonders with him. I know he didn't give up a touchdown at the collegiate level ever. I believe Jakorian Bennett's never given a touchdown. So
no, he did. He didn't give up one this year.
Okay, this past season.
I think he has 4 total.
He has, he's given up 4 total,
and that's phenomenal.
That is phenomenal. And Patrick Graham worked with him at the Senior Bowl. But I mean, to what Wasa was saying, right? The 42-inch vert, elite speed. The last person on our roster that had those wild numbers ain't on this roster no more. Is this Ruggs, unfortunately. But we knew the incredible athlete that Ruggs was. Like, or probably still is, right? I mean, the dude ain't
Trey Tucker. Go ahead. What would you say?
But you feel me? So it's like a 42-inch vert, like, yeah, maybe his frame isn't the biggest, and maybe you're not gonna say go one-on-one with Tim Patrick or Cortland Sutton, every single fucking rep, right? But that vertical allows him to go one-on-one with him, right? Now, maybe in the red zone, you're not gonna want that matchup. Maybe in the red zone, you're not gonna want that matchup all the time. But no, I think right now we have a overflow at that nickel, right? Because I think that Merrick does his best work in the nickel because in college, that's how he won his, what is it, the Jim Thorpe, right?
The TCU.
Yeah. Yo, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so bro.
Like Merrick won the Jim Thorpe getting fucking PBUs and all this crazy shit in the nickel. So it's like, man, we need to find perimeter corners, bro. Like that's what we need, and we need that bad, right? Yeah. And thankfully, what I love, and maybe it's not like a good thing, but it's also not a bad thing, right? We don't have a true. You can't pencil in any defensive tackle to start. You can't. No. You cannot pencil in one. But that is the beauty of it. Everybody is going into that shit. Yeah. This could be my job for the next 4 years. Yeah. This could be me. This could be
that shit.
Although it's like a little bit of uncertainty and it's unsettling going into the season, you want to know what you got, but at the same time, it's like you got 6 dudes right there. Then it's like, hey,
but you know what though?
I can start here. I can make.
But guess what though? To see all those edge rushers, they're gonna fight even more for that job because they're gonna make their life that much easier. When you see Tyree Wilson on one, Max and Chandler, they're gonna be like, I want to be out there starting in the middle of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be fun to watch. That's gonna be a fun competition to watch in camp.
Got to win your one-on-ones.
Yes. You know what's great about this though, and Graphk and I spoke about this earlier. When you talk about what Patrick Graham does and the way they do this defense, a lot of times it's situational, right? So the guy that might start against, say, for instance, the Chiefs won't necessarily start against the Dolphins. Absolutely. It's about having those skill sets on the roster at the time. So you got a guy like, say, for instance, if we're going to talk about the young pup we just drafted, man, right? If we're talking about, him, he's a guy who was a 5-tech defensive end at Alabama. You know what I'm saying? And now coming to us, he might not have the bend and the pass rushing skills to play end with the Raiders, but you can move him inside, and now he could be your pass rushing defensive tackle. You know what I mean? Because he has, strength, he has explosion, and he can get up the field after the quarterback. He's going to be one of those guys, man, that maybe can develop into a Justin Tuck level player. Now I know that's a huge ask because Justin Tuck is a borderline. He's an all-pro kind of a guy, right? Yeah. But that's what I see from Byron, man.
Okay,
that's what I see from him. Byron Young is going to.
Hold on. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk. So we're gonna get into these grades in a minute. I want to throw this one a little, bro. Hammer. New England, and shout out to our brother Rube on a $10 donation. New England always has a rotation of late round corners who all produce. I love that this question came up right one time when we're talking about corners. J.C. Jackson, Marcus Jones, Jonathan Jones, Jack Jones, all small press man corners. Do you think we're going to copy that mode going forward? What do you think about that, little bro? You're on mute again, bro.
Wasn't J.C. Jackson undrafted?
Yes, UDFA.
Right? The funny thing is, year in and year out, it seems like New England will develop some solid cornerbacks, but when it's time for them to get their bag, they're gone.
Yep.
So, they know what they're doing over there.
That's their little.
When you know how to draft, you don't got to pay anybody.
Yeah.
That's why there's 6-7 rings over there, bro. Like, you know what I mean? 6 rings. Like they know how to do this thing.
And I wanted to ask this, my fault. Oh, well, you better keep saying something.
I want to hear what you have to say about that, because do you think that we're going to start kind of mimicking, that movement?
I think ultimately it can happen. Again, this regime, we had a 1st and 2nd round pick this year. They, in my opinion, they really knocked this draft out of the park. And I don't care what any of these analysts, ESPN, NFL Network, any of these clowns have to say. These guys, and I said it, I put that tweet out that I hope Raider Nation really did trust the office going through this process this past weekend. I most certainly do. I'm very happy, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what these guys do on the field through training camp and preseason.
Especially looking at Peter King's article today, like it really sold me even more on this regime. How close they are with Zeke, Champ Kelly, Josh McDaniels behind the scenes all together. Peter King was like a fly on the wall, taking notes, watching the process. And these guys just literally sold me on everything that they had going on. Mark Davis coming in there and just saying the way the process, like the process of what it's just, these guys definitely know what they're doing. I know it's going to be rough for us to get over the 6-11 situation. And I said this earlier on my Coffee and Convo show. These guys came in and did some things that other regimes didn't do. They came in, they made Devontae Adams a Raider. They went and got, I know Chandler Jones is up there in age and didn't really perform until in the latter year, but went out and got a pass rusher that's been phenomenal in the NFL for years. And then they got rid of a quarterback. It was time to move on. They had the bravery to do so. And I love what we did. And I love the process of what these guys go through. Like I'm telling y'all, if you haven't got a chance to, go read that Peter King article. I'm telling you,
we finally see a direction of the franchise.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, man.
It's like it no longer looks like, damn, bro, it's the same old.
Yeah, like it's very listless, right? Like you know the thing about when I hear the grades from fans, because we did a rant show yesterday, Hammer and I.
Yeah,
and
loved it. Great show. If you guys don't get a chance to, go over there to Oasis and check out him and Hammer's show yesterday. Phenomenal work.
So thank you, appreciate you, bro. Like what happens is I see there's a difference in Raider Nation. You have Raider fans, and you got other fans who want to be right. And them being right about these guys is more important than what's actually happening. And they can't be objective. And to me, I have no bandwidth for that shit. If you can't look at what's just happened and just be hopeful and you keep shitting on all of this, then that means you got to look at yourself in the mirror and you got to say to yourself, man, am I a Raider fan or am I just a fucking douchebag who thinks I know everything? Because you were wrong about these guys. These guys are turning this around right now in real time. And there are a whole lot of people that are going to be eating a whole lot of crow. Because I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl this year, right? But what you're definitely going to see this year is you're going to see a fucking huge improvement into the style of this roster. So the year after this, you're going to be like, man, the Raiders really got a chance to go for it.
Yeah. And once again, the third highest, we had 9 picks. We took, I believe, we will only be behind Philly and Seattle, you guys. That's it. We addressed the defensive line. We went and got a few LBs. And when I say few, we got one Drake Thomas as a UDFA. And then we attacked the secondary. I only wish we left with an extra DB. I know we got the UCLA corner as a UDFA as well. So I'm still happy about that. But I wish we'd have got another one in the draft. I wanted 2 corners this draft. That was the only thing. And
I think we left with 2 linebackers.
No,
Amari Burney, and
he's the only one we drafted though.
That's the only one we drafted.
Yeah. Drake Thomas was a UDFA.
But I wish we would have got another corner in those 7 rounds. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Like, and that's the only spot where, like, that's why the Trey Tucker situation, right? I know a lot of people hated it, but I know why we did it, and I think it's going to be a baller for us. But I was looking at that spot right there, like, go get the corner, go get another corner, and we didn't. And that was the only thing I was frustrated about. I think that we could have got Byron Young a little later, but maybe they felt like he was going to be off the board. So it is what it is, but I think we definitely smoked this draft. John, who boo-booed the draft? You know what's funny? I feel great about this. The Niners. The Niners didn't have a good draft. They didn't have a good draft.
No, they did. They had a good draft.
Did. Graphk, I think they did too.
How?
They got Jair in the 4th round, I'm pretty sure, bro.
No, later than that. But Jair, but that's cool. But go else? Who else?
They had like 3 picks, bro. What do you
want them to do with that, bro?
Who did they get?
They got a starter out of having 3 picks, Jair Brown.
They got a starting caliber safety and 3 picks.
Starting caliber.
He's gonna start.
He's gonna start, bro. They lost Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, he's got some big ass shoes.
Hey, chat. Do me a favor. Unsubscribe to all these guys that are backing up the Niners. They are some hoes on this live stream right now. Okay.
Now we're
they could have drafted 10 Jalen Carters, and I'd have been like, the Niners had the worst draft out of any team. Hey, Denver as well, even though they got Drew Sanders.
Bro,
the draft, bro. It's probably the Jets, bro. They did bad.
The Jets?
Yeah, I say the Lions.
Really? No. Hell no.
I mean, just what they did in the first round, it was kind of head scratching.
Yeah, Jack Campbell in the first.
Jack Campbell, Jahmyr
Gibbs in the first.
It's the same thing when we had Leatherwood.
No, it ain't, because that shit was terrible.
But guess what? When we had Leatherwood in the first and Merrick in the second, if you would have flipped those, everybody would have been okay with it. Same thing. You flip Jack Campbell and you flip what they did in the third round. The dude's getting away, or second round is getting away from me. Everybody would be okay with that draft.
That's valid. That's really fucking valid.
I think the Lions did good. I think the Lions did very good. They got their running back. For them, I don't think their running back is them.
They had Dave Montgomery, but I get it.
It's like it is what it is. I mean, I think that for what you were saying, Graphk, about Trey Tucker, I just felt like.
Hold on to that, because we're gonna go through all the. We're gonna do this right now.
I have one question,
grade you guys, and I want you guys to actually grade each player as we go through it as well in the chat. Real fast, shout to the Raiders fan. I believe my brother was out there at the bar rocking with us too. Shout to my dog. Tyree Wilson reminds me of OC. Okay, is that a good comparison? Go Raiders.
I don't know who that is. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Samoan.
The one comparison that's out there right now is when it comes to Tyree Wilson is Jason Pierre-Paul. And
I hear a lot of that. I hear Matt Judon. Scout got Matt Judon.
JPP is solid as fuck though, but JPP isn't that heavy though.
Yeah,
is he?
I don't think so.
I mean, I just think that the Miles Garrett shits are a little wild, but
yeah. Oh yeah, I don't agree with the Miles Garrett. I think they're looking at the wingspan that he possesses, but
I think his wingspan is longer.
I do like Matt Judon though. I like that comparison. I definitely do like that. And if it comes out to be any type of player like Matt Judon, I think we won with pick 7 in the first round.
You know who he reminds me of? I want to go back in the time machine a little bit. Reminds me of Willie McGinnis.
Oh.
He reminds me of the Lord of the Rings, Willie McGinnis, man.
Okay. Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
That's what Willie McGinnis used to call himself, the Lord of the Rings.
Are we grading that right now? Is that what we're doing? We're starting at number 7?
No. I'm going to go through this right now. Let's get these supers in real quick so we don't make nobody feel no type of way. What do y'all think about picking up your sin? We're all in agreement to go get you sin. Your sin. Sign to a 1-year deal. Bring him back. He already knows what we got going on over here. Bring him back. Miles Jack, no. Maybe trading Renfro for Patrick Queen or Devin White.
Now, bro. I do that right now.
I would go for Patrick Queen over Devin White.
We talked about that the whole weekend because a lot of people were asking us about that in regards to trading Renfro for Queen. They have Bateman. I
am hearing a lot of Alden Smith.
They have Mark Andrews. They have the kid that they just drafted. It ain't gonna fit, and the money ain't gonna make sense either.
Yep,
that's really cute. Shout out to Hawk, man. Get a nickel rotation of Merrick, Hobbs, and Hall. Rock, Faison, and Bennett on the outside. Then Smith and Epps up top. Palomau and Diablo at linebacker. Now, Andy, I think you brought that up. That I think Palomau put up 20 pounds, right? Do you think they're going to move him?
It was Scout. Yeah, I don't know. The way that Scout worded it on Twitter is like I don't know if he said that that's what they were doing or if he was saying that that's what they wanted to do or what was going on. But yeah, if that boy Isaiah Pola is over there putting on 20 pounds, bro, it's because he's gonna play linebacker. Like,
yeah,
like he's
real quick. We got 2 more supers, and we're gonna do this grading system, you guys. This is facts, John. A quick moment of silence for those who don't know. Shaq Bennett's 2-year-old daughter drowned in their pool at the house. I cannot even imagine what that family is going through right now. Shout out to Shaq, man. Shout out to his family. Real quick. Rest in paradise to Shaq, man. Barrett's daughter, man. I hate it. My bad. I was reading Shaq Bennett, but I know it was talking about Shaq Barrett. Rest in paradise to his daughter, man. I can't even imagine what that feels like. That's insane, man. So once again, rest in paradise. And thank you, John, for bringing that up. Shout to Darth Vader. Stand up all DEs in the psycho package. Talk that shit, Darth Vader.
Yeah, I like that.
And then we get smoked for 30 yards on the inside zone.
I knew Andy would be the one to just decimate that shit. Shout out to Gio. Rocket Sin was solid. If he's the number 2, we're good. But we need someone like Bennett to jockey for that number 1 spot. But we probably need a free agent. Hobbs is a true nickel. His skill set is much better utilized there. Shout out to our dog, Gio. Definitely agree with you on that shit, brother. Shout out to Black Sales, our other guy, man. Salute to my bros. Y'all killed it this draft weekend. I won't miss the next one. This is the first draft in a long time where I have no complaints. And I think a lot of us agree with you, Black Sales, on that. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Tyree Wilson was kind of a shocker because, Jalen Carter was on the board, so we all kind of shit the bed a little bit, especially wasted. But we'll talk about that here because we're going to break down that that report card here shortly. Shout out to Ten Commandments. KC has an awesome DT and Chris Jones who disrupted our offense in both games last season. Do you think we addressed this concern? I don't think you can really address Chris Jones, brother. I don't think you can.
There's certain players that you can't.
Yeah, like I mean, if you can get a Kelsey at the center position, great. But like the motherfuckers don't grow on trees, bro. Andre James is going to have to
got smoked in the Super Bowl.
And there you go. But I'm just saying, even he gets smoked. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, that's a top DT. You kind of just gonna have to just double team that motherfucker as much as you can and just hope that he don't fall on your quarterback's line.
Chop that motherfucker every rep,
every time. Rep. Tyree Wilson reminds me of Derek Burgess. I'm gonna be real with you. I think Tyree could be way better than Derek Burgess.
Really?
Yeah.
Derek, listen, man. Let me tell you something, man. Derek Burgess was one of the premier ends in football, bro, for a long time. He played with a lot of talented guys, Graphk.
We grew up in that era. I know. We watched very close.
Shadow, bro, I pray that he can be as good as Derek Burgess. I don't want to just cast Derek Burgess to the side. Derek Burgess was a dog, bro. I hope he is that good.
Tyree's going to be a GOAT. All right, let's do this. I'm going to say a name. We're going to start up top with Hammer. I think he's already know where he's going to go with this because this is a guy that just earned him a free flight to Dallas, Texas. Round 1, pick number 7. Tyree Wilson. What do you grade this pick?
Given an A. I'm not gonna go overboard, go A+ just because, like, look, we know I've fucking shouted his name for fucking months on end. Very talented edge rusher who could actually also play the inside if need be. This fucking freak athlete. He was a guy that they had projected to go earlier than 7th overall. He's going to be a huge asset for this defense. Whether he's out there on the edge, whether they're running a NASCAR package, he's there, or they try to flip him back and forth. But this dude is going to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come. Most definitely. So I definitely, at this point, I give him an A.
I got an A- because Jalen Carter was on the board. That's it. Wasted what you got.
I got a B+ because Jalen Carter was on the board, and I don't want to overstate something here, man. Like the thing about it is that with Jalen Carter being on the board, and now I'm okay with it now. But the thing is that they were like, we're not going to take Jalen Carter because he has an issue or kind of a strike, and he's not a clean prospect. Yeah. Well, Tyree Wilson is a B+ because he has an injury history.
He wasn't on their board at all. Jalen wasn't on their board at all.
No, yeah, I know. Peter King said that. So now you've
seen the 4 guys, right? It was. Thank God Paris Johnson went to Arizona because he would have been great.
My God. Yeah. So
wait, what happened? They put
it was Paris Johnson, Devin Witherspoon, Tyree Wilson, and
Will Anderson. Will Anderson.
So
what?
Yeah. Jalen wasn't on their board. But the thing about Wilson that scares me, it would be an A for me had he not been injured most of last year. And it's a foot injury. He's a tall guy, and that's like a basketball injury. It scares me because we got to go back to the days of Darren McFadden. I hope his foot is completely healed. Because
Science is different now. Science is different now. If Darren McFadden had these doctors today, he would have been a whole different ball player.
Hold up.
Send him a bow, bro. That fucking injury, he would have been back in 3 weeks, bro.
Like, he played in 10 games last year, bro.
Who?
No, but he did miss some time though.
Yeah.
No, he did. He did, and he just had surgery. What, like, was it 6 weeks ago?
He was already cleared. The thing is, right now he's allowed. He got cleared for certain shit. They just said that he can't be sweating too much, or else certain weird shit can happen to his foot.
Yeah.
But I don't. A B+? You get a B+?
A B+ because I got PTSD from DJ Hayden and Gary Connolly and all of those guys. It just seems like we draft these guys and we hope they're going to be healthy in the NFL. And it's like, bro, I don't want to hear that this guy has an injury thing. Just draft a guy who's healthy. That's the fucking basis. Your ability is your availability, you know?
Yeah. What you got, Andy?
100% agree with Wasted. B+.
Okay. Big Mike, what you got, brother?
I give it an A. And, I broke everything down by numbers. I'm a big numbers dude. I give it a 94 grade out of 100. And, one thing we didn't talk about was Jalen Carter's work ethic. Everybody was, talking about, his background and things like that. Remember, he came in the pro day 9 pounds heavier. People were questioning his does he like playing football? We compared him to a dude from what's the dude's name? D tackle with the Titans, went to the Redskins, got super.
Albert Hainsworth, big Albert Hainster.
And that was kind of gave me pause, and we got excited. Jalen Carter was on the board, but you were right. If the Eagles is the perfect fit for him because he's going to be with his brothers.
Yeah.
Who's to say that that's going to happen with the Raiders? To me, I don't think that it would have been a good fit for us. I think Tyree Wilson is a solid pick. I would have liked Devon Witherspoon, but he went early. But 94, A grade for me, man.
So, Andy, what happened was Josh McDaniels and those guys were praying that all 4 quarterbacks were off the board by the time we drafted because they wanted to make sure that one of those 4 guys dropped. Because if they didn't, I believe they were trying to trade back. They loved Anton Harrison, the tackle. They loved – who else they loved? There was another guy
you said this is an article?
Yes, Peter King was
there.
He was in the draft. He was in the war room while we were drafting, and they were high.
Dude, I gotta read that, bro. I think that's
phenomenal, bro. And we wanted to trade up because
I don't even know how to read, bro.
Bro, we wanted to trade up and go. We wanted to trade up and get Drew Sanders also.
What?
Yeah.
Well, they
Patrick
fucking
Graham
pussied out on that shit. Those fucking.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. So, but there was some guys.
You ain't got nothing good to say, bro. Don't say it, right? Fuck.
Hey, but hey, it is what it is. All right, let's okay. So we got our grades with that one. Let's go to the next guy. Second round, pick 35. We traded down, I believe, 3 spots.
Yeah,
3 spots.
Traded up.
Or traded up. I'm sorry. 3 spots. Got probably the best tight end in the draft. I'm a Notre Dame guy. There was some other guys that I definitely liked in this draft, but we went and got Michael Mayer, baby Gronk. We're gonna start down bottom this time. Big Mike, how do you feel about that? What grade you got?
A+, 98 out of 100. They went best player available here.
Yep.
It was, and that's what I like. A lot of times we're playing the reach game. We've played that over the years way too many times. We're trying to be the smartest guy in the room. Hey, if the guy is right in front of you, this guy's the best on the board, you got to take him. He changes the offense. He could be that generational tight end, for years to come. I like it. 98 out of 100. I love the trade up. It's a perfect pick for me, almost 98.
You said everything that I needed to say. I can only imagine those 2 tight end packages with him and Hooper out there. He's a great blocker, great receiver in the passing game. A+. Andy, what you got, bro?
A+ for sure. You gave up a 5th round pick to move up 3 spots.
Nothing.
You got the best player on the, not just on the board, but you got the best player at his position in the 2nd round. I get that one an A+. I mean, yeah, man. It may not have been a need, but I mean, it kind of is. All the contracts are over within 1 year. So
every tight end we have is on a 1-year deal. Yeah. So
A+ for me for sure.
Wasted. What you got, bro?
Definitely A+ because you actually got better at tight end. And I know people that go, what? What do you mean you got better? You got better because 1, he's healthy. 2, he's younger. 3, he's a terrific receiver in the red zone. He's physical. He can block. He's everything that we need in this offense. Yeah. See, a lot of times, man, we look at these guys and we look at their attributes. We look at it. He's fast, and but Darren Waller is a show pony, man. He's a sports car, but sports cars are very, very hard to maintain.
Maintenance costs a lot of money
yeah, bro. And you know what Mayer is, bro? He is that dependable Ford F-150 that you use every day and you make your money with.
You can run over speed bumps. That you can run over speed bumps with and not have to worry about the undercarriage.
That's right.
I think you guys said 1 injury in 4 years. That is longevity, my boy.
And to play the way he plays, little bro, that speaks volumes.
Facts.
That's a
granite-jawed Jesse right there.
That fucking butt chin gives him powers, dog.
American dad, Michael Mayer.
Yo, he looked like the Tick. No.
Paint that man blue.
Yeah, we're not getting him on the show.
Bro, he probably embraces the butt chin, dog.
He does. He definitely does. Real quick, Hannah, what you got, bro? I think you pretty much agree with what we got going on, but go ahead, brother.
Come on, man. 6'4", 249-pound tight end, 67 receptions, 809 yards last year. Dude is physical as fuck. I'm telling you now, you're gonna see him. You're gonna see a lot of pancake parties when it comes to him and his blocking. And please, hashtag pay JJ, hashtag pay baby beast mode. Because I love him now. Mayer will fucking drive dudes 30 yards downfield for this man. So let's get the ball rolling.
And before we go in the 3rd round, you guys, we can say something right now that we can't say in the past 10 years. About 10 years. We got 2 surefire starters for our future. Alex Leatherwood, bum.
Who?
Damon Arnett, bum. Gary and Conley,
9 years. 10 years ago was DC and Mac.
Yeah, but Jonathan Abram wasn't him. Like we could continue to go.
Sure,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then 2016 was a great draft. I'm not going to go away from it. But, I'm being extra because it's been forever. You know what I mean? We got Josh, one of the only guys in recent memory that we can even look at in the first round and say, thank God we got him. We got 2 surefire guys in the first 2 rounds. And we can go to the second round. The Raiders have been historically bad in the second round. It's even worse. You know what I mean? So thank God we got 2 guys, 2 building blocks moving forward in those first 2 rounds. All right, we're going to start with little bro Andy right here.
Ward, Jesus Christ.
I know Jahal Ward, man, and oh my God, Obi. Let's not do that shit, bro. Round 3, pick 70. We got a defensive tackle at Alabama, winning pedigree, Byron Young. Andy, what do you grade this?
B minus. B minus. I like the pick. I mean, I like the player. I like the fact that once the snap count went up, the production went up, right? Because it shows that it's in them, right? It shows. I mean, I don't know if that's pause, but pause. It shows that the production can be there when given the opportunity, right? And he's a guy that, maybe he didn't get that opportunity in Alabama earlier for a reason, or maybe it's just because Alabama's Alabama. They got 5 stars everywhere, Yeah. So I like the pick for sure. I mean, the dude is explosive off the line. And some say that he's not much developed as a pass rusher, but them last 5 games, getting three sacks in the last 5 games that he played, that's production to me. So I think you give the man a bigger role, more snaps. Obviously, he's gonna have to earn it. But I like the pick. B minus for sure.
I'm gonna go C+ because there was, to me, better players on the board. But I understand where you're going from, because I want to say B- because we stuck to our board and we got the guy that these guys wanted. So I'm going to go somewhere between that C+, B- range, but I'll say C+ just because there was so much talent still there at 70. And I think that if we went another direction,
I think Drew went right before that, didn't he?
Yeah, but there was
Drew went at 67.
Yeah,
and, he went at 70, man. So that,
I'm not even talking about just Drew, bro. I'm saying that there was plenty of other players.
There was starting caliber guys there.
Yeah,
bro.
Big Mike. Matter of fact, you know what? Big Hammer, what you got? That that Woodson whiskey is kicking in now, y'all. So,
Jesus Christ. Look, Andy, I agree with Andy. But grade wise, I'm kind of on the fence. I want to give it a B-. Just looking at his numbers, I didn't know much about the kid going into the draft. Like, he wasn't a guy that had my attention, but
we didn't talk about him at all.
Yeah, so for me, that's why I'm giving it the B- right now. But he is one of those defensive linemen that is really good in passing situations. He had 4 sacks last year. So he's a guy that will get to the quarterback. He will be a disruptor. So I'm giving this a B- right here.
I love it. Real quick, shout to Raiders salute, my dog. There's no development needed. Baby Ron's gonna come in year 1 and be a dog for us. Simple and plain. There's no development needed with that guy. He's ready for the next level. He's gonna ball. I'm gonna tell you right now, you got 2 Notre Dame fans right here that's been following that team since forever. This guy is a true professional. He's ready to go year 1.
Is that a Yankees jersey?
Yep.
Yo, burn that shit, bro.
Hey, real quick, man, while you guys are in here, I can't see how many people are all across, but right now, man, if you're watching on Hammer's channel, Waste's channel, it doesn't matter, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. Make sure you wipe them feet. We got 800 plus in the building right now. Make sure you subscribe to all of our guys. Big Mike Raiders Football Talk. I'm not going to butcher my brother Hammer's page again. Hammer, where is it?
Raider Nation News Today.
Yes.
Holy moly donut shop.
Raider Nation.
Wait, Hammer, you gave it what, a B+?
B-.
What'd you give it, Graphk?
I gave it a C+.
C+.
Yeah. Wait, so what do you give this pick? So, real quick, before we say that, hit that subscribe also on Raider Nation Unlimited with our brother Waste Town.
Please, because he's getting closer and closer to 7.
And Big Mike Raider, once again, let's get him to 1,000 subscribers, you guys, before the season starts. Let's get our brother
300 away. 300 away.
Shout out to Woodson Whiskey too. Let's not forget that, right? But what I give this grade, I think this is the worst pick of the draft for us as the Raiders. I give it a C minus. I give it an optimistic C minus because if you look at the myriad of talent that went directly after him, this was a grave reach. You could have got this guy in the 5th round, man.
Well, no, you couldn't have wasted. Now, let me read this to you.
Let me finish, bro. Look at the guys that went after him.
That's it, motherfucker.
Yo, Garrett Williams. Right fucking after him, bro.
Yeah, 2 picks after.
Yo, Zach Harrison.
You're right.
Marte Marple from Sacramento State.
Yes.
Motherfucking, bro, Trenton Simpson at 86.
Yeah.
Dion Henley at 85. Man, I mean, bro, Jair Brown at 87.
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby. DeMarvin Overshown. Man, Dorian Williams. Wanye Morris. I mean, Darnell Watt. I mean, my God.
A lot of guys we brought in for top 30 visits.
Sakiaki. Yeah. I can't pronounce his name worth of shit.
Is that a name?
He went at 98. I mean,
but wait, let me tell you this real quick. The consensus board had Byron Young at 74. We took him at 70. So it really wasn't that much of a reach if you can go off the consensus.
No, I don't think Waste is giving that the grade off of a reach. I think
I know.
He's giving it off of the talent that was there. And I agree with Wasted 100%, but it's like maybe that's the consensus board, but who knows how high they had that motherfucker if they had fucking who's the top 4? Harris Johnson? I mean, fuck that. Bro.
Him, Spoon, Will Anderson, and Tyree.
But see, this is my problem with that pick, too. That pick screams of Patrick Graham.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily know, and I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I have grave concerns about Patrick Graham, bro. I don't really know if he's the guy. I don't know. You know, he's going and saying, I need this guy for my scheme. When the fuck did your scheme really work? Like, who's this guy, Rex Ryan or something? And that's my problem with it. Who is Patrick Graham? We better find out this year, because if we're passing on talented players because you want to take his skill set and you want to take a guy's skill set to fit your scheme and use him like a chess piece and pass on people who have a certain amount of ability, I got a problem with that. See, that's my only problem with these guys. Bill Belichick can do that. You can't.
Well,
you got to go out.
Patrick Graham has no excuses anymore. He has no more excuses anymore because what he did, these defensive tackles, all those guys scream Patrick Graham. You went and got Matthew Butley. We got Neil Farrell Jr. You got Bilal Nichols now. You brought Tillery back as kind of a pass rushing DT. Like all these guys that we have a slew of guys that may not be the number one guy, but we have a bunch of guys, right?
I think those something that we got to look at those. I mean, I agree with Wasted. Who the fuck is Patrick Graham? He really hasn't proved himself outside of having fucking Leonard Williams on his defensive line. But I mean, fucking, you got Tyree Wilson, Senior Bowl. We know who was the head coach over there.
Yeah.
Byron Young, Senior Bowl. Jakorian Bennett, Senior Bowl. Yeah. Like he's had his the fingerprint is Graham. You feel me? Like he's like, okay, yeah, I'm cool with these guys. I mean, I 100% agree. There was crazy talent on the board, but maybe it's a little bit fucking ironic or like hypocritical what I'm saying about his small sample size with the production that he put up in a bigger role. But that's why I give it like a B minus. But I 100% agree with what he's saying.
Ridge, we got you. Shout out to the Ridge back.
And see, this is my problem, right? Bowl. So say, for instance, Patrick Graham doesn't cut the mustard, we fire him.
He's gone.
How does that pick look now?
Because we got a bunch of his guys.
Yeah. How does that pick look now? Does it translate to another guy? Then he's gonna be another fucking guy that we saying, oh, you know what? He sucks. Get him the fuck out of here. And that's my problem. See, I need guys who are talented. So whoever you bring in here, they're like, you know what? I can use these guys. Yeah. That's my problem with that particular pick. That's the only pick where I had raised my eyebrows and said, whoa, what the fuck's going on? And I'm glad that it didn't hit me like that. I'm glad it didn't hit me like that, bro, because I didn't want to go on a rant after, like yesterday when Hammer and I won. Because I thought about that pick and I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I started doing my research and who went after this guy. I'm like, you could have got that guy in the 5th round, bro. No, it's no question about it, man.
Okay, now let's do this. We broke that shit down to a T. This was going to get fun because this is where the nation shit the bed and went insane all over social media. The Darren Waller pick at 100. Still a lot of talent left on the board. Okay. We decided on taking,
Wait, we didn't get Mike's grade.
Oh, did we? Oh, my bad, Mike.
No.
My bad. Wasted talk for 3 hours. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, man. I'm just making sure I follow your lead.
Bro, I need to hear Mike's grade, bro. That's my dog, man.
Go ahead, Mike. What you got, bro?
C plus 78 grade. Wasted stole a lot of my thunder. I was going to say exactly what I was going to say.
Exactly. So that's why. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
But to their defense, to the Raiders' defense, I will say he does fit that mentality that they're trying to go for, that motor. You're looking for a guy with a motor, and Byron Young does have that motor. So I will say that I do understand where they're going with. I see the mindset. I see their thought process. I just don't like the pick. There was too many guys that we could have, got. Absolutely. And also, guys like Keanu Benton, guys like Mozzie Smith went a lot higher than what we all projected. So, who's to say that Byron Young was on that same list?
Mozzie went in the 20s, right?
He went 25th. He went 25th. So he realistically went about 5 spots higher than we originally projected, because a lot of us had Mozzie actually going to Philly, and that was talks throughout the league for a while as well.
Went to Dallas.
Yep.
And they got
a hot
right
take.
there.
Hot take. Mozzie Smith's going to be the best defensive tackle from this class, even over Jalen Carter.
I agree. I agree with you on that one. I like Mozzie Smith better than Jalen Carter.
So we all argued about Jalen Carter being the best player in this draft, and now Mozzie Smith's going to be better. You know what? I hate y'all motherfuckers, man.
No, not Graphk. It's fit. Graphk, it is fit, bro. It's fit.
Yeah.
It's the fit, bro, and who he's playing with down there, bro.
But what is the better fit than playing with all your collegiate partners winning national championships with? I don't understand.
He's going to get taken out a lot. Mozzie Smith is going to be their guy in Dallas. The thing with Dallas is Dallas has a lot of high-end blue-chip guys in their defense, but they don't have a lot of depth. They don't have any depth at defensive tackle, so Mozzie Smith is going to shine in a different way than Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter is going to get sat down.
Mozzie Smith will be the third best defensive tackle in this draft after Jalen Carter and Kalijah Cansey. Point blank period. Write that shit down.
Dude, I think it's going to take Kalijah about 3 years to get production going.
Ooh. All right.
I think you can see Kalijah Cansey playing well, motherfucker. I don't think you're going to be all of that.
No, I say 2 years. 2 years for Kalijah, because fuck, actually, never mind, bro. He's right there next to Vita.
That's where Hankins is. Hankins is in Dallas.
Oh, Hankins is gone, bro. Hey, Hankins.
Hank, I think.
Yeah, he needs to stick to that podcast shit now, bro. It's
over. Eating a fucking sandwich up there with him.
I think it takes 2 years. Yeah, I think it takes 2 years for Kalijah to start producing.
All right. I'm not mad at it, but he's, but that happens to a lot of these guys. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It is what it is. We're going to start with our brother Big Mike once again. Right here, like I said before, round 3, pick 100. We took a young kind of, speedster. This guy, the speed is just different. This was Al Davis in the war room saying, go take Trey Tucker out of Cincinnati. Look, I got to say this right before, let me do my grade real fast. Yeah. I'm going to say a solid C because of all the guys that we have on this roster. Right now, Hunter's still there. He could be a post-June cut. He could be gone. You know what I mean? Like if he's gone, then it makes all more sense in the world. We just went and got DeAndre Carter. We have Jacoby. We have Hunter. We brought back Keelan Cole. We brought back so many guys at this pick, and I do believe that they thought he was going to be gone because Jalen Hyatt went really early to the Giants. Like there was a run on wide receivers a little later as well. I think they got nervous and said, we want our guy. You know what I mean? So they went and got him really early. I think if he stuck around maybe one more round, he maybe has still been there. I know a lot of people, he would have been available for this in the 6th or 7th. No, he wouldn't have. That speed does not grow on trees. Good. I think that maybe at worst the 4th round, cool. I give it a solid C because of what our roster has on it right now. Okay. Now, if Hunter moves on and we get rid of him, I give this a B+.
Yeah.
What you got, Big Mike?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that same mindset. It's a C+ with room for improvement. I got a 79 grade. He's a guy who can go, he has the home run ability.
Yes.
Yards after the catch, hit him with a bubble screen, hit him with a short route. He'll take you to the house. My thing is just right now, what are we doing? What are we doing with Hunter Renfrow? What are we doing with all these receivers? Mm-hmm. It kind of is making me think.
Wait, you gotta have a high grade on this. If not, I'm gonna call him out some shit.
And on top of that, it's like where are we? I've seen where he was supposed to be drafted. And to me, it was like, man, we really could have waited. But like you said, it's like
that run,
that
run on receiver,
that run skip. That's what happened a lot though. When we took Aiden O'Connell, they got pressed. Like we got to go get our guy right now.
Right. I think we have to. Quarterbacks went in day 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's but little bro, crazy. Like 2 guys went back to back. You know, so with Jake Hayner, and then who went to
Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett went to LA. I think they were like, whoa, okay, we got to go get our guy now because somebody's going to say,
but I don't think that, though. I genuinely think that they stayed and stuck to their board and genuinely thought, like, this dude's grade that we have is higher than pick 100.
That could be it.
Whether it was at 95 or 98 or 99, I feel like they genuinely thought that he was the best player available, honestly.
And you know what's cool now? We have a home run hitter on special teams. We don't have to worry about the Keelan Coles of the world, Hunter getting just dying a miserable death, being afraid every time this guy gets the ball. We have a guy that can actually take it to the crib every time he catches. You know what I mean? Every time
you gave it a C, Mike. You said C plus.
Yeah, 79.
Okay.
So go ahead. Go ahead.
I give it a B plus.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why I give it a B plus.
You better have had it fucking.
You knew why, right? The reason why I give it a B plus is because if you talk about what the weakness is with Jimmy Garoppolo is that he does not throw the deep ball.
Yeah.
But having a guy like this on the roster, you don't have to.
You don't need to.
Dump it off to him and he could take it to the crib. Then also, there are 3 facets of football and people tend to forget that. Special teams. Yep. This guy immediately makes our special teams unit elite. He is a poor man's Tyreek Hill. He is the kind of guy that is going to develop into a starting wide receiver. You mark it down, put it in the book. The guy, to me, was the perfect situation for what we need on our offense. The one thing we kept saying, where's the speed? Now, I know you guys talk about Carter, but this guy is going to be our guy that going forward is definitely going to make this roster and definitely make pay big dividends for us because of the fact that he can take a ball and go to the crib. I don't see that from Carter. Yeah. So with him, man, I love it, man.
And I love that we didn't go back to the old, going to get an old school Deshaun Jackson on the way out. We went and got our guy. These guys went and got a guy that they can develop. This guy has speed, and I think we're going to be really, really good with him moving forward. Little bro Hammer, what you got?
Give it a B plus. Look, you guys heard me fucking snap when that shit happened. It was like, look, there's fucking corners there we could have had. We could have gone other routes, and I also said if we were going to do something like this, why the fuck didn't we trade Hunter Renfrow to get maybe a mid-second to an early 3rd round pick? But look, let's see what this kid is capable of. This is another guy, similar traits to that of Debo with that speed. And look,
he ain't built like that, big bro.
Not gotta be built like that, but I'm telling you now, you'll see this kid on jet sweeps. You'll see him on quick drag routes, and again, speed kills. Like,
you know what's crazy, little bro? I heard everybody on Twitter complaining tomorrow. Jimmy G doesn't have the arm for that.
Okay.
That's why we picked him.
That's why
because you don't have to have an arm for his capabilities.
Why we picked him.
These jet sweeps, these like you said, bubble screens.
Hit him on a fucking 3-yard fucking drag route. Hit him on a
that bubble that I sent you guys in the chat that night.
We were all dying.
I was like, oh my god, that was disgusting, bro. Why don't we gotta add Mike to that chat, bro? That shit was nasty, bro. I was but you gave it a what? A B plus?
I'm giving it a B plus.
That's
I had to give it a few days, like, to really sit down and reflect on that shit because I was ready to flip something over.
We all were. Let's not cap. We all were. That's why we did this show a week later. Some shit.
Right. I had to let that shit marinate.
I'm a receiver. I played receiver my whole life. So I was, I'm always just sold on receivers. Like, even when we don't need one, I'm like, yes, we got a receiver. Even though I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? I just love the pick because I grew up playing receiver. You know what I'm saying?
First motherfucker in the second round was like, Tank Dale. Yo, y'all. Tank Dale.
I think for me, I wouldn't go as high as a B plus, but I would give it a B minus. Like, if I had to put a number on it, bro, that shit is smack on 80. Like, right there on 80. Like he barely hit that B, but I like the pick. I like the pick a lot. I mean, to me, it is confusing, right? You got Andre Carter, right? And it's like, but to me, and maybe the Chargers. I didn't watch a lot of Chargers games. I don't think any of us did. But I didn't see DeAndre Carter getting jet sweeps, and I didn't see him doing all them little gadgets. I don't think I ever seen him once catch a bubble screen against the Raiders, and we played him 2 times a year.
Yeah,
I did see him smoke Keyshawn Nixon when Keyshawn Nixon had about a 20-yard fucking press, and then like 2 weeks later, T. Billy did the same shit to Keyshawn Nixon. But hey, he's doing good for himself. But I like the pickup. I think that he does add a lot of what Hunter Renfrow does not add. For one, Hunter, unfortunately, we love this guy. Not unfortunately that we love him, but we love Hunter. Unfortunately, his health is a major concern. And this is something that Waste has been pounding the table for. We've all kind of been homers a little bit about it. It's like, nah, man, it's Hunter. It's Hunter. Yeah. But Waste is like, the motherfucker can't last. He can't last. Well, here you go. Now you got a guy that maybe you can move on from your second big contract that you signed last season. You got rid of Darren Waller's. Maybe you get rid of Hunter Renfro's later down closer to the trade deadline or closer to the cut candidates and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I give it a B-. I think he has a lot to this offense, and yeah, man, I think the offense is gonna look a lot different. The only person I think should be worried is my guy DJ Turner, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with him.
He gone.
It's looking tough, man. It's kind of tough.
Hey, Dame, Indianapolis got a steal. I think they got him in the later rounds, right? The pass rushers, he can kick inside. Well, I never knew how to say his name.
Out of Barre. Out of
KC State.
Didn't he go to Indianapolis?
I don't know where he went.
Northwestern.
Yeah, but I thought he went to the Colts, right?
Who? Out of Barre?
Yeah,
to the Falcons.
The Falcons. Oh shit!
Falcons. So they got him and Clark Phillips in the 4th round.
That's
Clark,
a nice.
I hear fucking Clark Phillips again. I'm gonna fucking throw up.
Scout was being. Yeah, Scout reminded us that he was out there. So he went to Atlanta. Okay, so they got another. That's Atlanta got a lot. They had a very very sneaky draft. They had a really really good draft.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought he went to the Colts though. See, Ridgeback said the Colts. No, he went to the Colts.
I might be wrong. I think
let me check it out, man.
He went to the Colts.
Julius Brents went to the Colts.
The Colts had a sneaky ass draft too.
Yeah, they had a really good draft, man.
They got Anthony Richardson, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he went to the Colts at 110. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I must over.
Yeah, At a time when we are.
Yeah.
Adubawe.
Yeah, it's the Colts. My bad, guys.
What's your name?
No, you good. But bro, there's so many guys that we evaluate. It's very tough to keep an eye on every single. And people got to realize too, during this draft, we were entertaining people. You know what I mean? It was a lot going on. This wasn't a situation where we could just sit back and literally pull up stats from every guy and break this shit down. Yeah. So it was a lot going on. Raider Slew, I think you mean right guard, right, brother? I don't think you mean right tackle. I don't think McClendon Curtis is going to play at tackle at the next
He's never played at tackle.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a guard, my brother. Jermaine Luminor got paid to be that guy. I think once we passed on Anton Harrison and then Paris Johnson was off the board.
That dude was probably fucking seeing what that one dude, that article that y'all are talking about, he was probably happy as fuck that the Cardinals traded up for him because you would have been a swing tackle, my friend. You wouldn't have been starting day one, but
and they got Darius Rush too, the corner out of South Carolina. That's cool. They got a nice little draft.
You know what's funny? You remember Richie Grant, safety at UCF?
Yeah.
He went to Atlanta, fucking Eric Harris over there fucking taking up all his snaps, bro. Richie Grant ain't doing shit.
All right, we're going to start this one right here. We're going to start with little bro. Andy. Jakorian Bennett at round 4, pick 104. At this point, right, everybody in the nation is fucking nervous, anxiety through the roof because we don't have a corner. At that point, I think we were all like, what the fuck are we doing? Wow.
Definitely wish it could have been addressed earlier for sure.
Yes, definitely. And that's why I think the Trey Tucker pick and Byron Young pick back-to-back got people flustered because it's like wait,
Sure.
there's a lot of talent on the board. What are we doing?
Yeah, you started off day 2 perfect, and then it was like, whoa, what the fuck? So
yeah. At this point, you go get the speedster out of Maryland, a guy that has a lot of potential, can eventually be that corner one. Like we were talking about earlier, didn't give up any touchdowns this past season. He did have another dog on the other side of him. You know what I mean? So I believe he was actually kind of shadowing wide receiver 2s at the collegiate level. But what do you have this at, Andy? Right here, Jakorian Bennett.
Fucking home run pick, man. I think that I know everybody for whatever reason was in love with Kaylee Ringo, especially fucking Graphk here.
No, what do you mean?
But every round
what we do.
I don't want to hear it right now. Look, I think Jakorian Bennett is an A+ pick, man. He led all college football in pass breakups last year and the year before that. And maybe that is because him and Deontay Banks were paired up together, but I think that this is also the highest drafted cornerback pairing in NFL history.
Yep.
So there's a reason for that to happen. But the style of play, man, we were just talking about that. I think Wasted brought up the stat about the 42-inch vertical. It allows him to play very aggressive. That speed allows him to play very aggressive. And I'm not talking about aggressive with his hands. I'm talking about aggressive up on the line of scrimmage. He's going to play that bump and run. Like, we're going to get in your face. You're not going to outrun me. And guess what? You're not going to outjump me. So I think it was a phenomenal pick in the 4th round at 104, I believe it was. So I really like Jakorian Bennett as a pickup a lot. And also, I mean, unless you have some major fucking problems in the back end at safety, he also could play safety for me.
Definitely. I look, little bro hit it on the head for me. I was already going to say a lot of that shit. I got an A. Hammer, what you got with Jakorian?
I think this year it was only allowed a 66 passer rating against, bro. Like that's nasty, bro. So.
And Hammer, man, had this guy on pretty much every one of his draft boards. Definitely hit it on the head with Jakorian Bennett. How do you feel, bro? I think I already know where you're going with this, but how do you feel?
I'm giving this an A+. And the passer rating was 47.5.
My God.
Exactly. Crazy. Exactly. 4.3 speed. The kid is great in man coverage, quick fucking hips. I couldn't ask for anything better. Like when I saw the pick, I was like, holy fuck, we really did get this guy. Yeah. I'm ecstatic. And I really do think, like we were talking about it when it came to the corners earlier, I think he's going to be a 2 this season. I really do.
I think he'll start by the end of the year for sure.
Big Mike, what you got, my brother?
I got a B+ on this one. I got an 88 grade on this one. And it's only because it's not necessarily about him. It's more about how much we kind of like squandered those last 2 picks in the 3rd round and really kind of just whiffed on them, to me, in my opinion. You know, you got guys like Adebawore, you got Clark Phillips, you can grab those guys, and you know, you can grab Adebawore in this slot. In the round 3, you could have got a Garrett Williams, who I really like. You know, so you know, you kind of move up. It's like a trickle down effect. He's kind of getting that 88 grade because of the trickle down effect. But I do love the pick. Very athletic. It's just the only thing is they whiffed on those 2 previous picks in the 3rd round. That's why I'm kind of giving it. I'm kind of marking it down just a little bit more.
Okay, big bro, what you got?
I got an A on this one, man, because of, you know, we're gonna look at it value. Dollar cost average, right? You went out and got a possible starting corner that late in the draft, right? And this is a guy who's a willing tackler, has a high football IQ. He has positional versatility. And to be honest with you, you know, we were sitting there, everybody was on fire. We were like, damn, we didn't get a corner. What you wound up doing was you got one of the 5 best corners in the draft very, very late in the draft. So to me, that's why his grade is higher than me. And I think that when you look at drafting players, right, late, a lot of times you get guys who are good team guys who are good rotational guys, but you don't normally get the supreme athletes. The supreme athletes normally go earlier. We got a supreme athlete really, really late in the draft. So if you can marry that physical ability with the mental game, now you got a starter late. that was the thing about Max Crosby when we took Max Crosby in the fourth, when everybody kept talking about his motor, his wingspan, his speed, all of that stuff. I was like, if somebody can get that and kind of like get him together and get his technique together, because that was the thing. He's very raw. He's raw. That's the same thing with Bennett. I'm telling you right now, in a couple of years, we are going to remember that pick fondly.
I love it. Shout out to Corrigan, man. We appreciate you, brother, on the donation. And that's facts, though. Definitely shut down the other side. So they were definitely looking at Jakorian a lot, and he still gave up no TDs. That's definitely nothing that you can look at and say that guy didn't like. I can't take nothing away from Jakorian, man. I think we all agree. Home run pick right there in the fourth round at 104. And let's get Ghost Sniper in here real quick, man. He hit me with a 50-piece special earlier. I don't know where we are in terms of this. Look, we are family. We don't really give a shit like where they go. But salute, man. He said, I know I said this, Docs, earlier, but I want to say to my brothers, Hammer, Wasted, and Andy, and the rest of the team, y'all did a phenomenal job. Thank you for taking the time to cover the draft for the nation. I want to say to the nation, I love the whole nation. Salute to our brother, Ghost Sniper 35 Gaming. As always, my brother, we love you as well, King. Thank you so much for all the love that you show all of our platforms, man. That means a lot. Absolutely. And while you're at it, real quick, gang, make sure you go subscribe to our brother Big Mike Raider on YouTube as well. If somebody can, man, put the link in the comment section. He needs 300 subscribers to get to 1,000 subscribers. So let's run it up. Let's get our brother there, man, so we can have him, you know, being able to do monetize and all that good stuff, man. So
shit, I gotta give Big Mike my fucking channel, bro. I'm be on that motherfucker. Send that shit.
Bro, we know you, man. When the season comes back around, Andy gonna be lit every day.
You can't go nowhere, bro. You gotta stay, bro.
He can't help himself. All right,
man. I'll say this though. If Big Mike up to it, the next live I do is gonna be with me and Mike, man.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Now, I want to say this. We're going to go over these 4 last picks. Are you guys free Wednesday night?
Yep.
What time? Same time?
After tonight?
Yeah.
Because I might be laying a whole lot of pipe Wednesday night, man.
That's fine. All right. Talk that shit. Thursday.
I had a question, though. I had a question. At the end, when we're done with this, I wanted to ask one question.
Okay. Real quick.
When we're done with the grades.
Okay. Yeah. Are you guys free tomorrow night? Because what I want to do is I want to go these last 4. We're about to come up on 2 hours here shortly. I want to do a full live where we talk about the UDFAs. Yeah, I don't want to just. I don't want to just kind of just skim over them because we got some guys. You know what I mean? And I want to go into that. I don't really want to give no grades. I kind of want to just give our honest.
Then I'll save the question that I have for tomorrow. Then.
Okay. Then there you go. If you guys are free tomorrow, since Wasted is laying pipe on Wednesday.
No, bro, I'm kidding. Listen, I'm kidding around. Like I schedule my pipe laying.
Hey, Wasted. You are married. You definitely schedule your pipe laying.
What about? I got like a BlackBerry and shit. I'm like,
it is May 10th.
Does that work for you, honey?
10:35 to 10:37.
Right. To make you guys feel any better, I just got done doing that right before we hit the live button. But that's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just fucking with y'all. But hey, I'm not fucking around with that, though. But I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying with y'all. So what works better for y'all, tomorrow or Wednesday? Let me know because we'll set it up.
Either or.
Whatever, bro.
Let's do it tomorrow.
That's how you know Hammer's a plastic fucking Warriors fan, because if that was the case, he would have tried to do anything to watch that game.
He don't give a shit.
But he don't give
TV above me, bro. What are you saying?
Nah, bro.
Tomorrow,
all I'm saying is he says "bing bong" all the time, and that's some Knicks shit. And he's from New York. So stop it. You just hit it again. You're a Knicks fan. Stop it.
We're gonna go over these. I love that. I'll keep that. That has to be a part of the show moving forward. But we got 4 picks, you guys. We're gonna break down the UDFAs tomorrow night at the same time. So I want to give those guys some flowers and really break down what they've done at the collegiate level.
Hell yeah.
Okay, right here, a guy in the 4th round at 135 that we traded up again for, right? A quarterback out of a school that one of our brothers went to. He actually holds the interception a record there. A guy that, you know, I got to tip my cap a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I've been saying that he was going to be a Raider for a long, long time. Wasted. Take that fucking smirk off your face.
Right.
Man, keep going, man.
There you go.
You know, dude, man, keep going.
Hey, we got a super trooper here at 135, y'all. Wasted. How do you feel about Aiden, Mitchell Renz O'Connell at 135. Shout out to my brother Mitch. I love you, brother.
Yo, man. I mean, to me, man, when I look at his skill set, I feel positively about it. I'm not gonna get overly hyped about him. The one thing I do like about him is that he's all dog, right? And that's what we've always wanted, right? And I like that he's accurate, and I like that he's solid. He has a solid skill set. I don't think the moment will be too big for him if he understands the offense. Yeah. The only thing I worry about with Aiden O'Connell is if he can deal with the speed of the game as a rookie. But I think he's the kind of guy that will either be a starter in this league or a high-end backup eventually. Now, I don't know if he's going to be a long-time starter. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar. But I think eventually in his career, if you look at how accurate he is and the way he commands a huddle and his mentality and stuff like that, I think eventually he's going to get a chance to start a few games in this league.
The thing with him is, right, the durability's there. You know what I mean? He doesn't use his legs. He is a traditional pocket passer. He has a fast release, you guys. For those who don't know, a lot of people, not even just Josh McDaniels, has said that he has the same release as Tom Brady. That's the only thing he has even in common to Tom Brady. I'm not going to jump the gun, but he has that same quick, fast. It looks exactly like Brady's. It's Brady-esque. The guy is tough. If you give him time, he will find available wide receivers. He can make the throws. He can make the tight window throws. This is, like Wasted said, a high-end backup, but a guy that can come in and play in the spurts and start if need be. And with Josh McDaniels kind of being that quarterback whisperer, he can be a dog at the next level. We needed a backup quarterback, you guys. Brian Hoyer was always going to be number 3. Everybody was like, oh, my God, we got a 98-year-old backup. No, he was always going to be number 3.
Yeah, he's been number 3 his whole career.
Yeah, exactly. He was always going to be that. I'm going to give this a solid C+. It's Aiden O'Connell. You know, a lot of us were talking about CJ Stroud and all these other guys and blah, or even going out and get a veteran that's already been there and done that as a backup, the Cam Newtons of the world and blah. This is Aiden O'Connell. I'm giving him a C+ because I like what he brings to the table, but I'm not expecting too much out of him. You know what I mean? So it could be that solid C+ in that area. But I think that if anybody can get the best out of him, it would be Josh McDaniels, because we all know he loves his pocket passers. And with this O-line, if they can build on what they did last year and become even better this year, I don't think that him or Jimmy G is going to have a problem being protected. But C+.
You got to give him a higher grade because he looks like a wingman in an 80s porno.
Definitely. He's the one holding the camera, but like showing his dick sometimes.
He's the wingman. He's like, hey, baby, need a hand with that?
Camera, bro, it's your turn.
I fucking hate you.
What you got for us, bro?
Plus, man. Realistically, McDaniels is a quarterback whisperer, but I don't know. I feel like this kid's going to be like a serviceable backup. I really do.
What grade?
C+.
Hammer need to go to fucking sleep, man.
It's a C+.
He said he's cool. Yeah. Quarterback whisperer.
Yeah.
C+. Did you just break out of jail with Morgan Freeman narrating your life? Like, what the fuck just happened, bro?
Hammer tried everything he could.
All right. So, hey, Andy, what you got, bro?
me personally,
I know where this is going. This is gonna be the funnest one of this whole bunch. Go ahead, bro.
No. Me personally, this is the worst pick of the draft. Of our draft. Not of the entire draft. To me, it's the worst pick of our draft.
I'm watching this movie tonight now.
My grade is a C-, barely in the 70s, barely at 70, barely reached that point. I mean, I don't really agree with the whole he's the traditional, because I don't think that's where the league is transcending anymore, right? So I don't really know if I want that.
I'm just saying that's what Josh McDaniels wants.
He likes and I understand that. That, right? I get that. But I don't think that's where the NFL is going. And by the time the season starts, he's going to be 25 years old. That's another thing that I may not agree with too much with, Ryan. I mean, you traded up to grab him. I believe you traded one of your back-to-back 6-rounders to grab him, which to me holds a lot of value, right? You literally
he just got drafted at 25 and he's 6 years older than Andy.
I'm saying, so it's like
that's
crazy,
me, right?
bro.
That's crazy.
To me, right? It's like you traded away one of your back-to-back 6 or back-to-back 5s. I think that holds a lot of weight, and I do value back-to-back picks, whether in any round. It could be the 7th, 6th, or whatever, right? And I mean, I think you traded up for somebody that, he's gonna be your second guy on the roster, but like I said, he's gonna be 25, and I mean, he's as traditional as they come. He's accurate, not gonna do much more, honestly. And it's like, if your O-line has a bad day, he's gonna have a bad day. So that's just how I look at it. C-, our worst pick of the draft, personally.
Okay. Yo, Frank Jarmilio called him Sling Blade, bro. Y'all remember that? Yo, he said French fried potatoes.
That's fucked up.
French fried potatoes.
Yo, Big Mike, what you got, brother?
Well, it's funny, man, because I got pulled over by him on the way back home from Vegas. So
do you play the cat game?
Andy has no idea what the fuck we're talking about. I love it.
He ordered a liter of cola, bro.
And I don't really care to know.
I know you don't. That's why it makes it that much more funnier.
Give me a liter of cola.
Yo, what you got, Big Mike?
So I'm a little bit. I see this a little bit different, man. I got a solid B on this one, an 84. Now the reason why I do is because we were in the car, Graphk. We were in the car together. We saw the quarterbacks getting picked at this time.
Gotta say, Big Mike pretty much he called the what pick was it?
Stetson Bennett.
Jake Hayner went and he said Stetson Bennett's going right now to the Rams. And next 2 seconds later, I looked at Big Mike like, what the fuck?
But you know what? You know what's funny? Mike was saying that even before we got to like that late in the draft, he was Stetson Bennett is going to go to the Rams.
Big Mike was calling guys all day that day, like literally all day that day.
Thanks.
Yeah,
it's crazy because a lot of these quarterbacks were like 5th, 6th round projections originally.
Yeah,
same thing with Aiden O'Connell. But it was because the way the board was falling. And I got to give props to the Raiders front, the Raiders brass for seeing that, guys were getting picked like that. Because shortly after we pick O'Connell, Clayton Tune goes at 139 and then DTR goes at 140.
Cleveland, right? Backing up Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. So if the Raiders didn't grab Aiden O'Connell, he would have probably been picked elsewhere. So I give it a B. He's a statue in the pocket. In today's game, I would say maybe feels like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, O'Connell would have been a 1st, 2nd round pick. Yeah, it's just he's one of those. He's a throwback type of quarterback.
Yeah.
So, and then you look at it, he fits in well with Josh McDaniels. It's a good fit for us right now. And is he going to start? I don't know. I don't want to see him out there first year. I hope we don't see him this year.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Raider Dame too, man. I appreciate that on that comment on that comment, brother. We appreciate you, bro. Real talk. Shout out to our dog.
Appreciate
it. And Stu had high praise for him too, Big Mike. For a long time, like he was telling it. I know the Purdue connection, but he was even telling me on the phone.
Has high praise for the water boys out there, dog.
No, but Andy, I don't think you realized, bro. Even when I was talking to him, right, he was like, "Yo, this guy is a strong dude." Like he was telling me like the shit behind the scenes about this guy. And he was like, man, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I was telling him that I was hearing rumblings about us really drafting him. And Stu didn't see that. He was like, man, I'm going to be honest. I don't see that happening. I'm like, bruh, O'Connell's going to be a Raider. And he was like,
all I'm saying is that Lamar just got to him.
It happened.
There you go.
We
trolled him. We trolled him. Remember that shit? We trolled him.
Yeah.
And next thing
Lamar got 240 mil, 180 guaranteed, and he's 25. So.
There you go. Aiden O'Connell lost his older brother days before playing Indiana. Dude is also known for throwing for 536 yards in one game. Ridgeback says Drew Brees, O'Connell talk.
That is real, bro.
My brother. All right, let's go ahead and get these last 3 knocked out, you guys. We still got a bunch of people in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up on all platforms that you're watching from. And also make sure you subscribe to all of my brothers in here. Big Mike Raider, Raiders Football Talk. Once again, I'm going to butcher Hammer shit again because it's Raiders Daily Nation Football shit. You know what I mean?
Raider Nation News today, ain't it?
Thank you, Andy.
Raider Nation News
that fucking notification on my phone, bro.
I'm going to make it
not yesterday, but today.
Hey, I'm going to make it a thing. Stupid. I'm going to make it a thing to troll that every time we're live, bro. I'm sorry.
Bro, I just thought it was hilarious, bro, that you put this shit up on the screen for having 500 yards against Tennessee. My dog Lorenzo goes, he also had 3 interceptions that game, too. Bro, that's fucking hilarious, dog. I don't know why that shit was funny, bro.
Nah, it's just definitely funny. And also, you guys subscribe to our brother Raider Nation Unlimited, man. Wasted talent over there doing great things. Let's get to this one, 5th round.
Nation Unlimited News today afternoon.
Yeah, there you go. And I butchered Wasted's channel forever.
For like a whole year, solid year.
No. You know what's funny is I butcher my shit now.
Yeah, he like the
even though it says it in big ass letters.
I know, bro, because I forget it's there. I'll be like, Doxy and T, OakLosVegas Network Raiders. Oh, fuck. You know what? Just hit the subscribe button and shit.
He'd be like this with his phone doing 10 takes.
Straight up. I think we can all agree on this. I think, this guy should have been gone probably in the 3rd round. We got him in round 5, pick 170. At the collegiate level, he was a dog, played for a great school where he won 2 national titles. We needed some safety help. And once again, Big Mike said, I think Big Mike was the one that mentioned, right? A guy that can also jump into the slot if need be, right? Yep. Great pickup for us. Christopher Smith II out of Georgia. I'm just going to say an A. Let's go to Big Mike real quick, our brother from Planet Raiders. Let's go. What you got?
This is probably the 2nd best pick we made all draft. It's a 97 for me, A+. You know, he can jump in and be a starter right away. Pedigree, versatile, can stop the run, can
smart.
Be in nickel coverage, very smart, all SEC. What more can we say about him, man? That's a 97 grade.
There you go. Wasted. What you got, brother?
Got a B+. I think we were in dire need of safety help. I love the pick. I love his skill set. Only thing is, the only reason why I don't make it an A is because he doesn't have that elite speed. I'm a measurables guy. Yeah. The speed is lacking there a little bit, and that might be
the only thing.
Yeah. So that's why I got to give it a B+.
Hey, you know what? I like that you did that because that lets everybody know in the chat that we all have different ways of analyzing these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like his only knock was the speed, the 40. And for him to drop that far because of that, that's crazy. But at that, there's so much value right there in the 5th, though, Wasted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to be able to get him at that point. You know what I mean?
That's why I give it a B+. You know what I'm saying? Like with the elite, like I said with Jakorian Bennett, the elite part of where we got him at is why I graded that so high. And that's why I got to take just a little knock off because there is a reason that he did fall.
Yeah. Hammer, what you got, brother?
A B, because it wasn't Anthony Johnson Jr. out of Iowa State.
And you were screaming to draft him the entire day.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this: Chris Smith is gonna be better than him. You know why? Because he's a Raider. So there you have it.
So what's that grade, bro?
A B.
No, I'm talking about fucking Graphk.
Wow.
I had an A, bro.
An A?
Yeah, I had an A, bro. The value. This is tremendous value right here in the 5th at 170. What you got,
man? I give it a deep. No, I'm playing. No. For me,
hey, that's the next pick, Andy.
Nah, for me personally, I 100% agree with Big Mike. I think that this is a value, need, all this kind of shit. Player wise, is 2nd best pick in the draft. Honestly, like in terms of just player, it's my favorite pick in the draft. Like because I know what this is going to become for us, right? I think that Christopher Smith. I think I said this. 2 maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna be that guy. I said this shit 3 months ago, but I remember I was telling y'all, I was like, this is one of my favorite safeties in the draft. He could do everything. Yeah. And my thing is with him is that he plays bigger than his size, right? And I know that Ziegler said the same thing about Trey Tucker and Christopher Smith. But on top of that, he played in the biggest games. He shined on the biggest lights. He had 6 picks in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And if you remember why I was so high on fucking Verone McKinley was because that motherfucker had 6 picks in the last 2 seasons, right? But on top of that,
I hope I never hear his name again after this live.
He won 2 national championships, right? And he was a big piece on why they won that. And he's a playmaker. He's a playmaker for sure. I personally love this pick. I get out of A+. Absolutely.
Okay. I like that. All right, so we got everybody, right?
Yeah.
We got everybody.
Yeah.
Big Mike went first. All right, so round 6, 203. We finally said, you know what? Let's go ahead and get a linebacker. Out of Florida. I'm gonna be real. This is a guy that we really didn't speak of a lot during this. To be real, I don't think we ever mentioned Amari Burney. One-time linebacker, 6'1", 215. I just, you know what, Andy, I'm gonna give this one to you because I know even in the inbox, right, in the group chat, you were like, "Yo, this might be a steal." You know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about him a little bit. He's like, "I actually like the pick." I was still seeing a bunch of other players there that I had on my board specifically, very, very, just way more highly rated than him. I'm going to go with a C- here with Burney. And the minus is because of the guys that were available. I wanted to go C+ just because we finally took a linebacker, but I'm going to go C- because of the talent that was still available, even in the 6th. What do you got, bro?
Me personally, I do like the pick, right? At the beginning, right? It's kind of like, okay, Amari Burney, who the hell is this guy? What's his background? What's this? What's that, right? Yeah. But when you actually take a look and you do a little deep dive into it, I mean, he's extremely productive in college. 4 picks for a linebacker is productive, like big time. On top of that, I think he added 6 or 7 sacks in his time, and something that that's very common right now is safeties getting converted to linebacker. Right, he is one of those guys. But the good thing about that is that transition has already been made coming into the NFL. It's not a Divine Diablo situation where Divine needs 3 years and then he'll get acclimated. Now he knows his awareness at the linebacker position. He's done that transition already in 2019, and each year he got better. I like the pick. I gave it a B flat. Like I said, the production he put out there makes a lot of sense. On top of that, the DB skills show. And he's not somebody that's light out there. You know, most of the time we see a safety get converted to linebacker. Usually they come into the draft around 220. This guy's 235. Like, he's already put on some good weight. And the skill set shows. I think he got a pick on Stetson Bennett playing against the Georgia Bulldogs when they were trying to hit him with a wheel route coming out the back end with a tight end. I'm not sure if it was Darnell Washington or who it was. I think it was a white guy, so I don't doubt it was Darnell Washington. But
he did a great job. It was Brock Bowers, actually.
There you
Brock
go.
Bowers is pretty hard next year.
Oh no, he'll be a first rounder next year.
He might be top 5 next year.
Yeah, he did a great job against him.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think he had a game-winning interception where he dove for that bitch too. So I mean, he is a good player. We'll see what happens. Again, kind of like the defensive tackle room. It's anybody's ball game. He can go in there if he really wants the job. He can earn it.
Okay, I like it. I like what Ridgeback said as well. He could be a Morrow kind of guy. If you can get a Nicholas Morrow right here in this range, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's a great comp, actually. That's a great comp.
I definitely like that. Big Mike, what you got right here, bro?
I got a C+, 78 grade. I'm kind of almost leaning B-, because what we've been missing for a long time is that coverage type of linebacker.
Ever. Yeah.
For a very long time. So
we thought Littleton would be the guy. Then we went and got a young pup from Tennessee in free agency that didn't translate at all in coverage either. It just like Jayon Brown. Like at what point are we going to get him? But go ahead, my bad, bro.
Right. I mean, and the reason why I give it a C+ and not a little bit higher is because we waited too long to get a linebacker. To me, I would have liked to see them move just a little bit up. Or make that decision to grab a linebacker a lot earlier. Now, if Burney can come in and be that coverage linebacker, we're hoping this could be a lot higher grade in, looking down the line. But as of right now, I got a 78 grade, a C+.
And I think me and Wasted talked about this, but not only with one player. I think the reason they waited so long was because the guy that they wanted in those earlier rounds probably Drew Sanders was gone, but also I think that they're looking at Luke Masterson as one of those guys that can be one of those dudes for this team at the next level in year 2. And also I think that they're expecting a lot out of Robert Spillane. That's very scary, but I do believe that they think they have some guys on this roster already that are going to get it done this season. Wasted. What do you think about this one, my brother?
Well, I'm currently writing a story on Amari Burney, and
yes,
one of my cousins was a teammate of his, and one of my friends, he's a cousin of one of my friends, and
yeah,
I'm really I'm high on it for us, but I can't give it the grade that I would like to because the production's really not there. But he's a 5th-year senior. He has a lot of positional versatility because he played a lot of Mike and Will in college. He wasn't really necessarily a Mike or Will. They had him all over the place. And, him playing in that multiple front scheme in Florida is a great thing for us because that's what he's going to be asked to do at the next level. The only concern is the reason why I give this grade a C+ is because he has an issue like disengaging from being blocked. It's not the most powerful linebacker in the world. He's got to get a little stronger than that. But he's very, very good at attacking plays at the line of scrimmage. And he's decent in coverage, but he's not great at man-to-man coverage. He's more of a zone coverage linebacker. So I got to give it a C+, man. But, tremendous value at that pick.
Yeah, and Hammer, when we drafted this guy, we were looking at this softball chick that was walking by left and right from our table, right?
Twinkle.
So we were kind of confused. So Big Mike and Wasted know what I'm talking about. We were kind of confused. Shout to Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. You understand? But so when we see Bernie, we're like, oh, we got a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? But I want to ask you, Hammer, how do you feel about Amari Burney being a Raider, man?
Yeah, we got a linebacker.
There you go.
Linebacker. No, look, we talked about this linebacking class, and there wasn't a guy that really fucking stood out to me. All these guys need work in some type of form. So, yeah, we need a linebacker. Luke Masterson is right now, he's projected to have a breakout year in his sophomore season. I saw a little bit of film on Burney the other day. Yeah, man coverage is terrible.
Yeah.
Zone coverage, yeah, have at it. But I'm just this linebacking class I was not high on at all.
Now what's funny? This last guy, right? This is one of my favorite picks in our draft. And it's funny because we got our linebacker in the 6th round, and then we go get a DT out of Arizona State where this guy used to coach. Okay, so it's just kind of like the irony of that at this point. We go back. We attack the defensive line at this point once again. We go get Nesta J. Severa, out of Arizona State, a guy that also played at Miami. This is a guy that to be real with you, I think he's going to make this roster, you guys. Last season, he posted 56 tackles, 4.5 for loss, 1.5 sacks, a forced fumble. He was first team All Pac-10, All Pac-12 honoree. This is a guy that also, like I said, also played at Miami. So he's played at a very high level at the collegiate level. We need as much help as we can on this defensive line. I am very, very hyped about this. I know it's a 7th round, so I'm not going to act like we just picked up fucking, Lawrence Taylor in the 7th round, but I'm going to give this an A- because I'm excited about this pickup. I think this guy will make this roster. He's going to be a sneaky guy that can kind of get it done for us on that D line, man. Hammer, we're going to stick with you, brother. How do you feel about this pickup?
Pretty much everything you said. It's a solid pickup, and I'm real curious to see what he can do. I'm looking at people in the chat right now. He plays like a Raider. He's going to make this team.
Hard-nosed dude, bro.
Look, they always say hard work pays off, right?
Yep.
Put that work in throughout training camp and the preseason. Let them know what you're capable of doing, and let's see if you make the final cut. There you go. What's your grade? I give this one a C. Okay. Andy, what you got?
I just thought that was hella funny. He was like, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I give it a C.
And then he went a different grade.
Yeah.
I'll give it a C.
I thought that was funny. Grade wise, I'm agree with Graphk. Good value. Transfer from a big school in Miami. But I'm not sure if any of you guys got to take a look at how he plays. The dude is powerful off the line, man. Like this dude says not only does he set the tone, he resets the line of scrimmage on almost every single play. Yep. Like he attacks that deep. My only concern is with him is that sometimes when you're that preoccupied and trying to overpower your blocker, you could go too far upfield and miss the play that comes right in front of you, right? Ooh. And that to me is a problem. That is a problem, and he is extremely powerful. He is very, very powerful off the line. He resets the line of scrimmage. I like the pick. Excited with some good coaching. He'd come. I will say this though. On the live, I did tune into his Instagram live. I'm fine with people being motivated by money, but it seems a little too early. It seems like you got to be wanting to prove something. And it didn't look like that too much from what I was seeing. But I like the pick a lot. Again, he's a monster when it comes to resetting that line of scrimmage. But can't go too far upfield. You're going to miss what comes right in your front porch, man. So that's what I think.
And he came out of ASU, right?
No, he came from out of Miami.
He played for Miami, then transferred over.
Yeah,
5th year.
Okay. And like Raider Mike said, he had a lot of boneheaded plays at Miami, a lot of personal fouls, but he cleaned it up at ASU. I think the coaching, I think he realized also that was probably his last shot. You know what I mean? He had to get it together. You know what I'm saying? So, but hopefully he can keep his act cleaned up at the next level. I'm high on this, Big Man. What you got there, bro?
Yeah, I give it an 85, solid B grade. I mean, this guy looks the part. He plays like a Raider. He looks like a Raider. He fits the mold. Like his hand placement is perfect, man. I don't know if you know, like he gets your hands on you, he's pushing you back, no matter who it is.
Yeah,
good at the 3 technique, explosive off the ball, weight room strength translates to the field. Like he's a steal. And some polishing, he could be that guy that could make this squad. I like it. I give it a B grade, 85.
And we're gonna wrap this whole show up with all of our big brother wasted talent. How do you feel about
sent a little stray over there, but it's all good, man.
I didn't call him 98. I mean, shit. I just say he's
let him get a fucking grade, man.
The resident big brother at Mount ShieldMore, man. You know what I mean? Big bro, what you got, man? Oh shit! We ain't seen Brew in many moons, man. Let's go.
Hey, man, real quick, man. I'd like to give a shout out to you guys. You guys did a great job in the draft. Way better job than I could have done. You know what? I give this pick a fucking A++, man. You know why? You know why, man? Because his father created the movie Shatters. I fucking love that movie, man. So I'm gonna let you guys know that, man. And
hey, Grew, also, and they know how to party at Arizona State.
And they know how to party, man. Hey, let me tell you something, man. I had a little chick that was 25 years old with jellies on, man. Some the best fucking time I've had in my life, man. No, we stop fucking around, yo. No, seriously, no. I get his grade. I get his grade a C, solid C. I don't know whether he's going to make the roster or not. He looks the part of a guy that will kind of slip through the cracks and be a guy that sticks on in the National Football League. But like Andy said, man, you know, the attitude right there, that it's a little ballsy for him to start talking about money where there's no guarantee whether he's going to make the team or not. To me, that's kind of a little weird for me, man. So I give it a C because of the skill set, but there must be a reason why he didn't go higher, because he's strong, he's big, and he's the kind of guy that you would normally see be kind of in the middle of the draft. For him going that late, there's got to be something else going on there.
It's those character issues, man. Having a transfer late, you're already fucking 24. You would expect to have that shit all under wraps, but he didn't. And that, you know, doesn't, and he's not a pass rusher, you know, so
yeah, definitely not a pass rusher at all.
Yeah.
Well, I love that, man. Shout out to my group, my brothers.
I feel like I need to take a shower.
That shit is hilarious. Jasmine said, I feel like I need to take a shower. I think the ASU talk. You
jellies. What the
fuck? You guys, man. Once again, I want to say this on the way out. We appreciate everybody that watched. Our coverage from the, for the draft. Appreciate our little bro. He couldn't make it, you know what I mean? But he was there every step of the way with us. Shout out to our brother Scout as well. Everybody pulling up just really covering that draft. It was fun, man. The thing with us, you guys, is you guys know we do so much like
content.
You know, we do so much of that, you know what I'm saying, with these guys, like about these college guys, that when we hit the draft, at that point, we're just so beat over the head by it that we just want to have fun. You know what I mean? And I love that we can all laugh and joke and shit, because I promise you, there's probably most of the guys y'all know in this draft, y'all probably knew because of the coverage that we did this offseason. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying?
Because how many of you guys would know fucking Verone McKinley? Am I right?
It wasn't for you, I would never have heard of him before.
But I want to say this, man. Shout out to my brothers for being the greatest at what you guys do. I want to say that, you know, Big Mike, man, it was a privilege and an honor to get to know you on this trip, my brother. You have finally, you are initiated, my brother. Planet Raiders, ShieldMore, whatever you need from us, my brother. And I mean that, any of us, you know, we are at your disposal, brother. You know what I mean? You know your shit, but you're even better, a better man. And that's what it comes to in terms of being in our circle. You know what I mean? We want real individuals. You take care of your household. You take care of your family. At the end of the day, man, true indeed, bro. You are the dude, bro. So salute to you, man, for coming out and rocking with us the entire trip. Shout out to my brother Hammer once again. I got to say this because without him, that we wouldn't have had the look, the audio. Hammer put in more work than anybody in Las Vegas. I'm telling y'all that right now, more than any of us. We just got to show up, and Hammer had to do a lot of fucking work. So for him to do the grunt work, bro, y'all need to give Hammer his flowers, because that man went out there and put that grind in, him and our brother Raider Cody. Salute to my brother Wasted, man. You already know what time it is with us, my brother. I love all my brothers. This is my ace boom coon. I talk to him every single fucking day. For us to be able to get it together and all my guys to get together, bro, like I say that because me and Wasted are both old. You know what I mean? So, you know, we do old men shit. Yeah, we talk old man shit. We do old man.
This shit not therapy, man. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Hammer be like, yo, let's hit the strip. Me and Wasted be like, yo, let's hit the Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean in terms of being my ace bull cool, because we just we old as shit, man. We got families and shit. We just like, man, I'm trying to go lay it down, bro. You know what I mean? But I just want to say, man, shout out to my dogs, man. I love every single one of y'all. Andy, bro, I know you have not been active as of late. You got to get back on your channel and start evaluating some of these guys, breaking out some tape. We need some Planet Raiders work too, bro. I know you kind of been busy with what you got going on. My brother worked like 30,000 jobs. He on some other shit. You know what I mean? But please return, King. We need you back, little bro, because just the shit that you just said right now a few seconds ago about being worried about the guy y'all pushing, like bro, like that's the only shit you get from Andy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit that Mount ShieldMore, like that's the shit that you provide that nobody else can provide, bro. You know what I mean? So we need more of that. Like I said before, there you go, man. On the way out, you guys, once again, go subscribe to Big Mike, go subscribe to Hammer, go subscribe to Wasted, go subscribe to Raiders Football Talk, our brother Andy, man. You know what I mean? And make sure y'all flood his comment section and his inbox and tell him we need him back. You know what I mean?
Don't do that shit, man. That shit
bring his dog back in front of the camera too.
That shit ain't even gonna get open. You do that with me.
You guys, we will be back tomorrow night, same time, to break down the UDF.
Oh, we are? Shit, I didn't even know that we fucking set that one in stone, bro. This is how this dude operates, bro.
We did.
Send a fucking link out of nowhere, be like, oh, I thought we were locked in, bro. Like,
this is how Andy. What? This is how you know this motherfucker be. He just be, bro. You checked out, bro. We just all agreed like an hour ago.
Yeah, we didn't agree to be on at no fucking 10 o'clock at night though. Bro, I can't be on that fucking late, bro.
Wasted needs to have his milk and magnesia at 9:30.
Bro, it's fucking midnight. I gotta be to work at 7 a.m, bro.
All right, let me ask y'all this. Tomorrow, Andy, are you free 6 o'clock your time?
I'm free fucking 5 o'clock my time, bro.
Okay, are you guys free? Big Mike, 5 o'clock your time?
I can make that work. Yeah.
Wasted, Hammer.
Mike, you on the East Coast, West Coast?
I'm on the West.
That's right.
Me and Cal.
That's right.
Look, man, I got 3 minutes of fucking to get in tomorrow.
So 8:03 your time?
Yeah, Mike.
All right, look, we're gonna be live tomorrow, you guys, to break down these UDFAs. And after that, man, I think we all deserve a few days. You know what I mean? To just relax.
Yeah,
and
I can't do it no more, man.
Maybe attacking Planet Raiders, writing some articles. I know my brothers have been writing some crazy stuff that they're about to drop too. So, but we'll be back tomorrow night, whatever time. I'm gonna get with you guys in the inbox. We'll figure it out. I know Waste is about to go to 2.5 minute Pound Town.
No, no, brother.
Waste is got to pop a word first and go to
fucking sleepy house. I'm going to bed.
With that being said, Hammer, I gotta tell you, because Hammer's this is my brother. He's the only guy that's gonna wait till the whole shit ends. Just leave, bro. Just leave.
Bro, I'll be exiting that shit out immediately.
That was the exit sound.
Matter of fact, bro, I'm out right now, man.
There you go.
Sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.